Father, for the strength today to go and challenge the judicial capacity of the clerk, Dave Vandenberg, who's operating in a non-judicial capacity, and on the record, I have challenged his judicial capacity. He's not operating in a third. Well, we have a first and a fourth. First administrative, fourth is territorial. Those are administrative. There's a third circuit court, and these are the only court that has any judicial capacity. Wordings, everything. So I'm going to got a couple things a little bit off today. We're going to document this phone call that was or my call in. Where did this go? I just want to go to this one. I'm going to do it down. I made some notes, obviously, to try to. So we made documentation of the record for records. So he noted that, man, I don't like when a judge tells me some fake clerk, just some court clerk tells me to be quiet, but it is what it is. I challenged the authority, judicial capacity of the administrative capacity of the, he's a clerk and he's works for the chief of finance, Ted Martin. Where is that? Yeah, I challenged the jurisdiction. Whatever, I was looking there somewhere in there. So we're gonna go through the phone call today because I had a. They didn't drop it, guys. They're idiots. They're just sitting there piling. I keep compiling more evidence to be brought into discovery. Huh. Okay, anyways, all right, we're back. I apologize here. Just going through, I try to take some, obviously, some notes where we went in there, but I did record this call. I did exercise my right of subrogation, and that is to take the money that they have under a capital letter name. You'll see I submit to being a capital letter. I'm not a corp. I established that on record, and I'm not a statute, and I'm not a corp. I'm not part of this. Well, they have no judicial capacity, Judge. I challenged it today, so we'll see. I mean, I don't even know if that was Judge Vandenberg who that was, to be honest. I think they put some else in. I looked through the record, and I think they assigned some other. That didn't sound like the fake judge who's acting. He's just a clerk who has no judicial capacity, because I believe it's a fourth circuit now, which would be a territorial, but that's still administrative and not under. That's crimes of commerce. All these crimes are crimes of commerce because this used to be a constitutional republic, and now it's not. It's a democracy, and it's a mockery of what used to be, but we still have constitutional rights. So I I challenged Dave Vandenberg's. I put the court on notice of liabilities for all damages that myself and anybody, all these parties, file a habeas corpus for Elijah here. They're going to try to take him. I did get on record that the John, I mispronounced his name, I called it, but then I did say that John Mogul did say that they're forcing us. That would be, I called for a immediate dropping of the case and called for a change of venue because the political environment that the whole county's watching this case, but they're just sometimes wordings, everything. But I did, they can't get the bond back now. I will file the motions because I did tell them to file for a power of attorney to take over that straw man or that merchant number that they have captured. They think they had it, but I took it back today. So the only way they'll get it back, I'm sure, once motions, because that'll double it up. And he said it's record because I made my record, and we'll go over and make more evidence so it can be brought into discovery for the federal case of not all capital letter, T, small r, capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W. I even spelled my own name wrong once, but that's okay. I spelled it right the first time. So it doesn't matter. For record, it was all put on the record. And he said that I really wish these clerks would stop telling me to. Well, he said, please stop talking. So he did say please, but they trample on my First Amendment rights constantly. And I'm not sure why these clerks who's working for the chief of finance in this case, Ted Martin, I didn't say anything. I should have said something to him. Hey, what's up, chief of finance? I have your I got it. You can't extort it anymore. You can't, because you can't get it back, because the only way you're going to get it back now is that if you can file that you're acting in a judicial capacity and you're not operating in a third Article 3 court. I don't know if I called it, but it's okay. There's only, anyways, I'll follow the motions to double up everything that was said. I might have, and it is, you got to be, these people, they break so many of these, constitutional. I bring up the violation of the Miranda rights, the violation of my rights, the counsel, attorney-client privilege breakdown. I said, I can prove this guy has done nothing. Attorney-client privilege breakdown, my left. So I've already contacted the bar about Phil Studenberg and his inability to provide me adequate counsel, and now made a record of that. Now they went ahead, and I'm not understanding. I'll have to go through this again. They said they're abandoning or exiting the trial. We'll go ahead and listen to the phone call. And oh, hey, just so you know, guys, all this content is being totally demonetized as I talk about these things. So I definitely think we're over this, where we should be, because the last 4 or 5 videos now have been demonetized, and under the last, I think 10 or 11, there's been at least half of there's 5 or 6 of them. So they definitely don't like this conversation about taking your straw man, your merchant number under the Queen, and getting that back, because that's how they've been extorting this American public under what's called taxes. And they fulfill that. They think you're a child and you don't know this, and they do this at your birth in capital letters, and it's a merchant number. It's a credit card, or a number by a contract that used to be written on a piece of paper. And if you broke the contract, then it was you'd pay back double. So I look up Tampa Bay, President, Tampa Bay, 1983. You'll see what I'm talking about. The $1,083 that was paid per minute on that case for case law to yeah, well, I make clear we'll listen to that here in a minute. We'll get a couple more of you guys in here. I care. We'll just make sure if we get a few of you. Thanks for coming in. Lisa, good to see you again. Carl, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, everybody, guys. Time's extremely valuable. You won't get it back. You can't print it. Can't make more of it. So I do appreciate right out the gate. And I want to thank you for all the time that you spend here with this channel and the ministry. You are the ministry. You are High Desert Faith and Truth. Just the one of the 18,000 member shadow band. So thank you, Father, for keeping and making the ones that stick, giving the ones to lift the apocalypse, to lift remove the veil or the scales from their eyes, so they have an eye to see what I'm saying. And those, thank you for the narrow way, Father. Thank you for sending this set apart, not doing the things of this world in their own measure, because we all get a different measure, and he pours out a just. And so as long as it equates, that's hados, that's in the same narrow exact, it has to equate under this merchant law. So I just took that back from him today. I will do the addition on it. It'll probably be over a couple $100 million. I did say that I would turn that $22 check into $220 million. I don't plan on benefiting and don't want any of it. I will divide it into probably 3 or 4 sections where I plan on giving a chunk of it once all the filings I'll just still file. They said it's record, and we'll go over it. But I took the straw man merchant number bond treasury that you don't understand, this capital letter that you're surrendering yourself to, is the neuter gender it beast. But either way, it's all about accounting, and I'm kind of a guy that numbers is my thing. So I think this is why Father gave me this, and it's very simple because it just has to equate. And if it equates, they pay it out because it's merchant law. And if you broke that contract that was on paper, you had to pay back double. So look up Tampa Bay or 1983 Trez event, and you'll see this billing on the payout is $1,083 a minute. And if you'll that at the rate of inflation, you'll times that by 3, and that will give you, I believe it's over $4,000 a minute. So you build that out however many minutes they had you. Either way, these are just one way to do it. You can do it by, he billed a minute by how long he was in under confinement and other legal commerce crimes, or all crimes or crimes of commerce under this current fake, authorized. I'm some capital letter. I'm not a corp. I'll do the recording. I make it very clear in an open court that I'm not, court like a. Anyways, it's all merchant law, brothers, sisters. It used to be an honor contract, and if the trust was trust, these numbers are credit. These are economic terms, brothers, sisters. That's kind of my thing, the numbers. So anyways, go look at it. They paid out $1,380 a minute, and I don't know how many days. He ended up, just go look at the law. It's already been put in. It's a case that you will be able to take into, as we have to compute the numbers to make sure there's a balance. As he says, he pours out a just measure. I'm working with some other numbers within the 1611 Bible here. I don't have the actual copy myself, but I know that there are others, and I'm going to bring more to this attention. Carl Washington and Bishop Church of the Only Begotten Son, and there's other organizations that I've been working with to make sure this just measure, that the numbers equate like in that. It all goes off Scripture. There's nothing here that's not done off of the word of the Father. So I know it's hados. It's not, it's in the narrow way. So if it matches Scripture, I've always told you it has to match. If it doesn't, throw it out. So if all this matches, well, it's zero balance. You have to balance. You ever heard the term balance the books? He said, I will pour out a just measure. So if you can equate, and he said hados in the same narrow equal to, then they have to credit it back. So there's lots of ways to take subrogation. You'll hear me talk about that I'm exercising my right of subrogation. That means I'm taking back that you think I'm a child, and I can't say, oh no, I'm not a capital letter. And I say, yeah, I am. And then they get it. This has happened at your birth. And they did this through a credit through your contract. It's a merchant contract, brother, sisters. It's just economics to me. It's just numbers. So I don't even look at it that way. I think that's why Father made me do this, because I don't want any of this. I'll pour it all back onto the churches and to the ministry. Grace and Truth will receive a quarter of the first whatever equation that comes out, and we'll see. There's motions that it's filed, but was filed on record, and we'll make more discovery. Well, we'll make more evidence that they'll have to call into discovery when this goes into a federal. If they take Elijah in 2 days, which they want me there, they will not let me call in next time, but that's okay. I'm going to have witness again with me this time. I will bring multiple witness if they try to accost my body, and they've already came and done that once to myself, my son, and under my affirmative defense, I have the right to always protect Elijah from illegal prosecution. And hold on 1 second, or sisters, I have the right. I don't have to let him prosecute Elijah if I know I have the thing. So they have no case. No case. I kept that ace in the hole, because I'm going to bring that up during Elijah's, if he says, because then they'll have to call mistrial too if I bring that up in there, that you obviously I bring up the violation. I bring up Elijah's violation of his Miranda rights, adequate counsel, and speedy trial, fair trial, and to call witnesses. All been violations that have been noted now in court, because the judge said that these things, this fake judge, I don't know who he was. He's still some fake judge acting. He's a clerk is all he is. He's worked for the chief of finance. I should have said something to Ted Martin on the record, but that's okay. I still made record, and they said that it was recorded on record, so I can now go get all copies of this discovery. Will be part of the discovery, so this can be brought up during the federal trial of not capital little TRACY, capital, all capital letters, but the trial of T, capital small R, capital small A. No capital, not all cap. That's the broad way. Broad is the way. And if you don't narrow, if you don't start with ever your name, self, S, big S, smaller E, see how that works? Broad is the way, broad way Jesus. I've been teaching this already. Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate because you're not willing to say, no, I'm not in capital letters. My name is not all. I'm not part of this corporation. That was changed. This used to be a constitutional republic, but you're a child and you won't claim it. So they've already taken it for you. So I'm not concerned about anything. If they cost my body again, I'll keep building them because I already put them on notice of liability. So every time that there's any damages, I've notified the court. And I believe I said that a couple of times that I was putting them on notice. And did ask them if they were dropping it today, but they didn't. They said they're going to bail out of the trial, but they're going to have a pre-trial. I didn't understand what that meant. That was an oxymoron. But we'll go through this now discovery evidence that I've created. Thank you, Father, for allowing me this interweb, this worldwide net. Where is that? I made some notes of what I had said, too. I was kind of doing 5 things at one time. What I got going? My fire's getting hot. All right, drop it like it's hot. All right, so we took the probably, I don't know, we'll do the math on it. It's probably at least a couple $100 million. They can't get back unless they can prove that Judge Vandenberg, Clerk Vandenberg, because that's all he is. He's not operating in the third. What the hell is this? Admit. Oh my goodness, where did it go? Well, let's not do that. I can't undo this. Hold on, guys. This is all done by the number. Where did all my other? Just give me a minute. I apologize. So I appreciate it, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to do this for the bigger cause. Again, all this, you'll see. I told you, this isn't about money to me. I don't want any money. I don't want anything. I just want to give I want my son to have his life back, and he paid for his crime that he committed, and he did his time that he did, and we can know that. So under this affirmative defense, I know I can. They're charging me with hindering prosecution. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm not gonna let you prosecute him under a defense. I have that right. Where did I apologize. I'm a little bit of a mess here today, guys. This was a big day. I didn't get the results that. Let's hope that they just drop this thing for now, and I can still continue to pursue this I called for a change of venue, so they better send something soon. I guess they can't now because I don't have an attorney. Oh, do you think that this attorney will work for you? Yeah, right. Yeah, this dude ain't done nothing. No attorney-client privilege breakdown. I already called the bar about Phil Studenberg and his neglect to provide any counsel. I made that note on record that this dude has done nothing. Evidence will say. Don't sit there and play games with me. I really wish that clerk would stop telling me to be quiet when I'm asserting my First Amendment rights. That's what I said. I'm speaking. But they do tell me to please stop talking. At least they say please. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I do it. We have formalities, everything, brother, sister. So in these court, everything matters. You know, I see a couple things today that I can't, whatever. I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. I'll still file everything as a paper motion. All these things were put on record, and I'll double them on paper. And when they're put on paper, they can't deny my filing account because I am without counsel again. So, so how do they continue with some trial? Where the heck am I there? I have a whole page of notes that I did when I was here. Oh, what I did. Okay, so. That's not it. That was the notes from the man before. Appreciate your patience here. All right, motion to listen. Where did it go? I'm missing a whole page. This is a bummer. Maybe it's got to be in the stack here somewhere in here, and I just don't see it. Give me 1 second, brothers, sisters. Man. Huh. Oh, hey, hold on a second. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Okay, my bad. Did I don't know. I said affirmative defense. I haven't said that in open court yet. I'm kind of I have to keep, an ace in the hole. I can't show every single card. I've had some people tell me to slow down, but it is what it is. If I make a mistake or some little thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can always go back and correct, file more motions. There's no limit to my call witness, evidence, discovery. They can't suppress discovery. They can't suppress my evidence. Can't suppress my Sixth Amendment right to call witness in favor to clear my, but that's all right. One phone call will clear all this up. Watch, they were in such a mess. All right. Okay, this is what I spoke with today. Okay, so no matter what, I always still have this, that there's nothing I've done illegal to protect Elijah from having to eat a Bob, sandwich. We'll just put it that way. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm being a little too brutal with this algorithm, but they don't like the truth, obviously, at YouTube. So I don't care about the money. They demonetize the video. I don't need money. It's not about money to me. That's just anything about me. It's about they threw him in prison, brothers and sisters. They threw my love Shiloh in prison because he stood up against a perverted law. And I don't know what you're doing here on this rock, but when I walk this rock, I'll make sure that this shim that they created their own. Let's go into, we'll go ahead for evidentiary and discovery for later for the federal case that if they try to do in 2 days, what I think they're going to try to do, it won't matter because they're still called an appellate court. And I have called for a right of discovery. Excuse me. I don't see anything on my end there, Carl. I didn't see anything come through. Check that CashApp. Now, Carl, I didn't see anything come through CashApp. So my bad. Yeah, I got no notifications or anything. So I do appreciate it. I don't know how I'm going to do the land payments this month, guys. I don't even care if they get paid this month because the taxes got paid, which will be good for there's 65 acres that not one is behind on any taxes. So good there. And I don't like this stupid no representation without, no taxation without representation. But they got sometimes to give unto Caesar, got to have a rock to live. I'll be able to donate it all to the church, High Desert Faith and Truth, and then be able to, it won't be taxed again. So why do I keep smelling food? Or something's cooking. I got nothing cooking, guys. I don't know. My nose, I had some kind of a lot of blood kind of release, and maybe I'm starting to get something back in my nose, my sinuses or something. I had actually a clear day where I haven't any blood kind of in my face today. Hey, no bloody face today. So that's a good day. And so it was a good day. So let's document for evidentiary purposes the court, this illegal kangaroo court that this fakery that they're trying to make me into a statute and some kind of dead man like I'm some corpse. I make that very clear that I'm not a corpse. Okay, stop trying to make me a statue. You don't have any judicial capacity. Stop. So if I'm sure with the motions, couple affidavits I have to file for power of attorney in this case because I'm telling them, all right, I take this back. It's mine now. The only way you're going to get it back is if you can say that you're acting in an Article 3 court, and they're not acting in an Article 3 court, so they're not going to be able to get this money. I took it from them today. Father did, not me. Father's going to give it to hold on, Mark Carl. Hold on, I'm going to make Buck. I'm going to make a record of this for you guys so you can, me. I'll make sure I record everything. Okay, hold on. Give me one. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm having an issue here. I'm going to see because I don't. Brother Carl, I see something come on Cash App on November 30th, but nothing today has come through. So I do see something you did. Appreciate your tithe here to the ministry on November 30th. I did receive something then, but I don't know if something was sent today. So you've obviously sent something to the, $ Predestined4light before. I do appreciate that. So I did receive something if you're referring to that on November 30th, but I didn't see anything today show up into my feed. So I appreciate, again, your tithe back, that's just a couple days ago, right? right? I don't know, guys. I don't do dates. Well, I don't even know what date it is, and I just had a court date. It's the 9th of December, and that was November. So yeah, okay, my bad. I do know the day. I just have to pull myself back into the world here because I'm on a whole different. I remember it's 5785 to me. It's not 2024. So I don't know where you guys get that. You're lunatics. I know why. You celebrate an orgy calendar, so please come out of her, my people. Narrow is the way that leads to the straight gate. Don't be all capital letters. If your name is all written in capital letters, that's a Broadway, isn't it not? So let's document the court, kangaroo court, where I challenged the Dave Vandenberg in open court, huh? This sounds like some kind of pond or something. It's merchant law, bro, sisters. Come on, turn on.
Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth is connected.
It's connected. All right, we are to the right one here. Make sure we are on 0 right 1. If we are to the right one, which I do believe. Are we connected? Wi-Fi. No. What do we connect to here? Come on. And connect to this phone. Then we have connected to the Bluetooth. No, not on this one. Okay. Apologize. I've been working off 4 phones, guys. I apologize. And not heard from him in 2 weeks, even though I've called, left messages, and numerous texts. Okay, Lisa, your attorney works for the bar. He works for the same thing. They all work for the same team. The chief of finance, which is the district attorney. They're all working for the district attorney. Never lose inside of what I tell you. I'm trying to help you, sister. You've been here a minute. Appreciate your support. Much love, sister. The chief of finance is the district attorney, which is called the prosecuting attorney. They all work for him. Everything's centered around that. Chief of finance is what he's called. Okay. So disconnected. All right, let's connect back to this. The chief of finance works for the queen, for the bar. Like to take a sidebar or sandbar or the currency. Oh, pardon me. Oh man. Okay, are we connected? Let's see if we're connected. Okay, so that they have, I've challenged the jurisdiction of Vandenberg in this case, that he has no, he's not acting. All right, why are we not connected? Connect the Bluetooth.
Bluetooth is connected.
There we go. All right. So we need to take a pause for the cause here for Lisa. Lisa, they all work for the same thing. Everything is this merchant number. It's all part of this scam. Whether you understand or not, all crimes under this statute, code, ordinances, mandates, and anything under the subtitle of Title 48 is not law. Well, no, Ross, let me help. I mean, let's be real. You'll see what I did on record today. That's a good, that is. If your lips are moving, they're lying. So they all work for the chief of finance. And the chief of finance is the prosecuting attorney on your case, Lisa. He's not even operating in a judicial capacity because he's going to guarantee it's not in an Article 3 court, which is not a judicial court. Yes, it is an Article 3 court and they're not. They're either operating in a first article, which is administrative, or fourth, which is territorial. There is only 3, okay? So first, third, and fourth. These are, first is administrative, fourth is territorial. Those are both administrative, not judicial. So I guarantee you, whatever case you're in, and your attorney knows this too, which is such filthy, because they all work for the bar, and the bar is your gain that they take, that 97% of cases go to a plea bar gain, where the bar gain is your straw man, Lisa. Never. You probably already submitted and said you're a capital letter name, and your attorney will allow that to happen too, because he's working for the chief of finance. Just like the public pretender who's working for the chief of finance, just like that fake judge has no jurisdiction, who's acting in the judicial but is not. He's a fakery. He's a sham. Just give me his name. Look it up. He's not operating in an Article 3 court. So you can file and I can get all this. I don't know what your it doesn't matter. All crimes, whatever they're, it's either a statute, and I'm not some statute you see in a court, this fakery statute, kangaroo court, or whatever this. I'm not a corporation, brothers and sisters. I'll never submit. I am pastor. My name is Apocalypse Revelation. I am not a capital. I did mess up my spelling on my own name, which is kind of silly, but that's okay. I mean, a little bit of under the gun there, if you will, but that's all right. I'm calling out a judge saying, you're not a you have no judicial capacity. You're just a clerk. And you don't have any administrative capacity. And so what I did is I exercised my right of subrogation, means I take back all that money that they were going to try to take from me, and said I will be filing for power of attorney because I'm not a child. I won't let you tell me that I'm some kind of corporation or I'm some kind of statute, or like they're charging me with hindering prosecution. And under affirmative defense, I have the right under a legal prosecution that I can protect anybody from illegal prosecution. And I can tell you that all crimes are crimes of commerce. There are no, under the corporation called America, they enforce these statutes. Notice even if I don't care what it is, if it's murder, I'm not trying to get people out of murder, but it's still a statute. It's still there's title 18, which is all the criminal statutes, and any subsections under title 18 they're not judicial, and they're not. So I know I've studied this now. I have some of the top people who've studied this for decades that have been working with me, because it wouldn't have been that I would have arrested when they arrested and kidnapped me, because this was an illegal warrant. They didn't even have judicial capacity, so the warrant isn't even legal. None of it's legal. None of it. It's not under constitutional. I have a right, even under they violated. You'll see that I make a. Please look up right now, Ross. Please look this up, because please look up Trez event, Tampa Bay, 1983, and you'll see the payout on that case. If you'll balance the books with this, what I just took from them, I get that money back. The only way they're going to get this money back from me now is if they can prove that they're acting, that Judge Vandenberg is a clerk and acting as a judge in a judicial capacity to make this ruling that he can't make, because he's trying to charge me with a crime of commerce, which I'm not a corp, and I'll make very clear in an open circuit court here. And this, it's an Article 4 court, which is not administrative. Yes, it is. So it's not judicial, which is the only one that actually can act as a true judge and enforce Title 18 criminal statute. So I know this. They can't. I took it from them today, and so they're not going to be happy. I'm sure they're scrambling, because I don't think it's ever been done to them. Nothing in this case is, Father is doing everything. So just so you know, it's not me. Father is bringing me to Bishop he will be coming on before the end of the night, guys. I will bring on Bishop. That's probably him right now. There he is. We'll probably bring him on in a minute. Guys, give me a second. This is Bishop. I'm going to talk to him. He's with Church of the Only Begotten Son, and we're going to introduce him. He's going to talk about this same thing, okay? So hold on a second. Give me a minute. Bishop will be coming on. He deals with many, dozens of cases on a daily basis. So Bishop is part of the Church of the Only Begotten Son. If you'd like to check out his website and check out his work that he does there with this ministry, you'll see what he does. You can discern all things. He understands this merchant number, which is maritime law to, yeah, that's right. Right. Because see, we're still, that's right. It's still part of the Queen. Ross is going to get this. Ross is going to understand how they're doing this. It's the Queen in this case, Ross. Still the same thing. The purple people eaters, Ross. Rockefeller, the Masons. The sheriff's a Klansman, the judge is a Mason. on, kittens. Come on, girl. Come on, kittens. Come on, kittens. There we go. Got the kittens inside. Or my baby kitten girl that I love. My girl, my boy. Is there... Hold on, guys. I gotta get these animals some water. They drink water. Pretty lots of water. Because their bucket outside is now frozen, so we'll stop. Always take pies for our kittens that I love and the boys. Guys want some good fresh water? Wash it there, guys. They're so full. There you go, get them. That I love. Okay. All right. My attorney tells me a prosecutor said that they've only first been put it in motion. I talked to other lawyers, and they both said that I could put in the motion to have the no contact order. Okay, so it's over possessions. Okay. Yeah, well, so your dispute is over belongings. All right, let's see. Let's not point that right in my face. My eyes might not. My eyes were been hashed from staring at this light because you guys have to see my face or you lose your brain. Skull. So Lisa, you're saying that you're filing a motion for the no contact order to be removed with somebody who has your stuff. Is that, did I catch that? I didn't go through all. Why do you want the no contact order removed? So you can get your stuff? You can have a pig escort you over there. Somebody who works in government as a pig, but these ones that are uniform pigs with their clown suits, they call them city pigs and sheriff pigs and state cop pigs. And I spray painted on my sign out front. I got my big windmill. No, I put pigs, P-I-G-S. Let's go out and live stream that for a minute. Let's go live stream before it gets too dark. What you doing, buddy? Hi, buddy. This is my kitten boy. For evidentiary purposes here, we have to make sure that we know that all people in government are pigs. So I'm not just talking about the uniform pigs. So I made it very clear, no pigs coming on my property. Already done smashed all my stuff. I put them on notice of liability today, so they reimbursing me through the merchant number that I took back from them today as I file my power of attorney and get all that back. I'll be able to fix and hire somebody to come out here and work for the church and give them a wage and make sure it's all taken care of. So, okay, hey, hold on, we're out here. We'll swing it. Sorry, that's back here over at the Rusty Cowboy. That's what they shot the windows out of the library. That'll eventually again become the classroom here at High Desert Faith and Truth. Yeah, see, that'll help you when you don't. So there's a little shot of the High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries library / classroom / broadcasting that they wrecked. So it says that he normally broadcasts. That's right. So he can see you idiot cop pigs. So there's the outdoor shower room. Used to put a cooler up there during the day, spray paint it black. You can take a shower at the end of the day at night because it has glass windows, and take a moonlit shower if you're a lunatic. So let's move around. Hey, today I had sealed up all the fencing. At least I didn't get all the rest of those pens set back together, but I did, for my safety. I truly fear again that these people come in here with guns already again, and they already did it once. So look here. We tied in the new fencing, and we went ahead and fenced it all in. So the dogs can go all the way up to the front of the property now again. I do have to push this thing back up here. We had some pretty strong winds. There's a shot of the old UFO over there. But the building really got wonky because we had some real high winds. Oh, there I was looking for the trash can lid. There it is. But this is the old feed and tack that was built out of just a bunch of scrap material, like a pile of stuff like this. I turned it into this building right here, this fake front. So I'll continue to tie it in. I did put that, we better slow down, Turbo. I did put that back up. I put that up there. So let the water pour out of go to the man with the water, the vessel, pouring it out of the vessel, brothers, sisters. This is it. Welcome to the new age, the age of the heirs. The throne of God will be crowned. We're out in the desert. A little bit of a pink hue, a little cotton candy color in the night, in the morning there at the edge of the day sky there. So he lived when this happened. I'm getting information beginning of January. Nice. Good stuff. All right. Sister Lisa's been harassed by these cop pig people forever. So anyways, there's a little shot. The lights will probably come on the old UFO. There's some rusty gold out there. Yeah, there we go. Rusty gold. A little more of the time. That matches the old celestial clock. So shot of the rusty dragon, and let's go get a shot of this. This is a wind turbine. I do have this place, guys. I've re-put up all fencing, so I am all the way around that, at least inside the property, because this isn't fenced from over there. Maybe I'll work on this in the next couple of days or something. Since we put down some evidentiary, we'll run another. But I do have, so I don't live in fear, but I'm not playing around. These people come with guns, 25 men or something with guns last time, and wreck my pigs. Stupid pigs, man. Stupid people in government. So no pigs are allowed on the property. No pigs. No pigs, please. No pigs. Don't be driving on my property over here, because out here we'll go take a walk of the fence line. This is all my property. This is where that pig Sam Birch parked and turned to a statue. Trying to, affirmative defense allows me to protect my son. So I don't care if we drove off that day. I still have affirmative defense to protect my son from illegal prosecution. Good luck, Sam Birch. Enjoy your stint in prison. So we made it very clear. Again, if they do ever drive again, and we'll document every time. Those are pig prints right there. Last time that pig drove through this property, he didn't drive. He drove on the easement road like a good pig should. So it's right there now, Mark. This is my property. If they drive again on any of this, which they did last time, this is where I was telling you, where the Oregon State Police drove onto my property. This is all my property here. This is where the state police that day I filmed, instead of shooting those men who had already been harassing me And they eventually came with 25 men with guns and shot me in the face. So deal with it, stupid pigs. Says don't trespass. Nothing on this property is worth risking your life for. So this is all pig prints here. The Lake County Sheriff, instead of taking John Mogul to jail or coming to talk to me to give me any kind of update, Sam Birch, you're a failure. They said that all my YouTubes are being monitored by law enforcement pigs, so you know. So it is marked clearly again. I've made sure again out here on this so they don't drive ever again on my property, which they dig, and they could have been legally shot like John Mogul too. People are commenting now, that dude should have never, if you'd have put some, yeah, whatever. Somebody said put tire tracks out here, some strips, and let them drive. Everybody's got a different comment, right? Everybody's got a butthole, and everybody, you know, two cheeks to the same hole, brother, sister. So that's a sign that says don't trespass on this property, because that's easement. This is not, this is where Sam Birch that day drove up onto my property here, tried to, you know, say that I have under affirmative defense. They didn't have no shit, you know, pot to piss in. So good luck there, Sam Birch. Good luck, state of Oregon. Good luck, Lake County. Good luck, Clerk Vandenberg. Good luck, chief of finance, prosecuting attorney. You're not. You're some administrator working for the bar, trying to gain. So trying to get Lisa to take a plea bargain so they can extort her merchant number. It's a credit from birth. We understand what it is. All right, you hear a little shot too, just before we go in. So these normally spin, a little shot of the entrance. We'll go over it. I'll work with you, Lisa. You've been here for a minute. I'll help you out, sister. I'll help you out. I'm gonna be a busy man for the next, well, whatever. We'll see. So little shot there at Table Rock. We got fires. They're lighting fires up here, burning people, stuff out here. They're getting ready for something over there. I know they are. I'm not the only person who sees it. I sold the canopy. No, I traded it for firewood, guys. I wish I would have sold it. I could have used the money to pay the land payments, but oh well. I got some firewood so it won't be cold, and I'm gonna go inside, guys, because it's cold out here. My head is getting cold. Remember, I shaved my head, so. Oh, yeah. Look what these pigs did, too. I've never been able to get, when they came last time in here and wrecked the property, I've never been able to get this tire to keep air. The other one, remember, they flattened both of them. I got a deal, both of them were flat, so stupid pigs. People in government, huh? All of them. So the wind turbine did blow off the top. I haven't been able to get that repaired either. Oh well. Jimmy crack corn, you see the wires hanging out. So yeah, it's tough out here, but what can you do? I got part of the old Wings with an Angel, the Elijah Mobile, the flaming chariot Forerunner painted. I haven't. It's been too darn cold, guys. I started to spray a little bit, but nah, it's too cold. So I got to wait for this, turn this Overlander. I'm buying everybody an Overlander. Maybe I'll trade this bike for some Overlander parts. Look at that V6. The guy said, man, you drive that thing like it's a dirt bike. I wouldn't drive it like that with a street tire, but I grew up on bikes, you know. I don't ride out of my ability. So he's like, wow. Anyway, so we're going in, coming back in here. It's clearly parked. This property is clearly marked, brothers, sisters. Property owner is armed, no trespassing, nothing inside is worth risking your life for. No trespassing. They're all clearly marked all over this property. Silly man, could have gotten shot. Most people would have shot him out here. So today I did string this whole fence line. So now the dogs can go back out, which is cool. I don't have the rest of these kennels finished because they wrecked all of those over there and just drove all out, you know, oh, we won't. And, you know, they came in over here and then had to drive out and wreck everything on the way out. Fucking pigs, man. I follow it. I put them on notice of liability. They'll pay for all of it out of their bonds. And I have other, well, I apologize for cursing, but I'm a little beside myself. I should slow down. But anyway, so animals can go back out and get in. So I could actually house 2 chickens if I brought back in people. Things are happening, guys. Things are happening. So water's frozen out here. Poor puppy's got around the bottom of that little bowl, and the kitties get up there and they get in there and they can see they get the water. So anyways, all right, let's go back inside. It's cold here. We're gonna go broadcast again, sow seeds. There's the doggone saloon, a little shot of the Rusty Cowboy. This is the man that stole my hat. So you're gonna have to take it up with Rusty. I had my hat, I think, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. You tell me. This man stole my hat. So please report that to the YouTube administrators that there's a man who's some cowboy here. Oh, look, guys, he's exercising his Second Amendment. What do you know? An armed public is a polite public, brothers and sisters. If a man walks into a gun, oh, yeah, oh, hey, right? You don't want to do that. That'll get your attention, right? If a man goes into a bank to rob a bank, and, well, you give a man a gun, he'll rob a bank. You give a man a bank, and he'll rob the world. GP Chase much? All right, anyway, so going into the entrance here at the soon, hopefully, to be paid off and donated to High Desert Faith and Truth, and we'll be bringing lots, hopefully, after this equalizing of the equating, the just measure will be poured out, because I took the money from them today, and we'll go document that. Hi, buddy. You want to go back outside? Come on. Come on, Bunts. Come on, yatta boy. We got the curtain to keep the... Come on, boy. Come on, yatta boy. No, he's staying. Come on, Toggy. You want to come back inside? Come on. Pants is staying in there. A little dark in here on the front portion where I got lights up high, 9.5-foot ceiling. You want to stay outside, Toggy? Okay. Let me know when you want in. All right, we're going inside the Rusty Cowboy to broadcast the documentation. Man, I keep smelling some kind of food cooking, but I don't have any food. What's going on? I think I finally, guys, that cleared out. Whatever, I had a lot of blood in my face for a while. I was struggling with a lot of pressure. I told you I feel relief today. It's a little different, kind of like swimming instead of dry. But I'm smelling. I think that's I cooked something in here earlier, and I think maybe I'm smelling that. There's no burners on. There's nothing cooking, but I smelled something. So I guess my smell has been out for a while. I haven't even paid attention, like my eyes. I don't know. You can say it's still the eye. I don't think the eye is spending very well, but a kind of a relief from that dry pressure, and now kind of a watery, kind of a swimming feeling. But yeah, was having quite an issue with having a lot of blood up in my sinuses and stuff. So hopefully, maybe it passed or something. I feel a difference today, and I don't know what it is. Didn't do anything. Boy, I sure keep smelling something. I think it's what I cooked earlier. Like that was earlier. I made some of those chili cheese burritos, so I keep thinking I'm smelling something. I apologize. It just keeps like, what's cooking? I don't want something to be on the burner. I don't want. But, all right, okay, enough of that. I apologize. It's weird. I just again, yeah. I don't know. It feels strange, but it's all right. I know something's not right. I've had a concussion since day one. So that's what happens when you get your face, what an excessive force. Again, I'm sure once we do the settling on this notice of liability, we'll equate whatever liability is. The notice is saying I'm putting for all damages. In this case, you have to pay them, and at a rate of the Trezevant case of 1983, Tampa Bay 1983, I'll be billing them out at $1,308 a minute, or $1,380 a minute for the case, which has already gone through. But it's not, that was 1983, that case was, and now the rate of inflation is 3 times. So whatever it's like $4,800 a minute that I'll bill this case for liability. However many, whatever, I'll do the calculation on it, as long as it zeroes out and it equates. He says not one above, it has to equate. So if it does, they'll just pay it out. They have to, because I already took it today, and I'll show you how I did that. I can teach others how to do this, and if I didn't do it exactly right, I can still put it all correct on paper and follow all these same motions or whatever. But it was spoken in open court about subrogating my merchant number, which you guys refer to as your Social Security, but that's not a Social Security. It's a credit. It's a card. You call it a Social Security card, but you're a card. They're playing with Joker's wild with you and put all capital letters, thinking that you're some kind of, I don't know, the joke's on you, Jack, or Joker or whatever. your child, and that's what they did. They already took your money from birth because they don't think you can handle it. So it's proof that you can't, or otherwise you would already told them all crimes are crimes of commerce. You're not acting in judicial capacity. I'm, challenging your administrative, judicial capacity. You're just an administrator for the chief of finance. Is called the prosecuting attorney. They call it a DA, but he is a chief of finance. This is all about, just stop thinking of them as law, because there's no law going on here. Their Title 18 is the criminal statutes. I don't know if all those statutes mandates are, but I didn't break any laws under my, affirmative defense. I have the right to protect my son from wrongful prosecution. So there's been no laws broken. And even if it is, they're all trying to charge me of hindering prosecution under some statute, which is not under Title 18 because, well, it doesn't matter. It's a statute. And remember, that's not part of the criminal code under Title 18 because they're not even acting as a judge. They're actors. Oh, yeah, that's all they are. They're not acting in a judicial capacity. They're acting as administrators. So today we made history, brothers, sisters. And again, I'm thankful for Father I don't think it's ever been done in this county. I'm glad that I didn't sue the county because I'd be taking from the residents within the community. But this is the money they've taken from my birth and through my capital letter law, which is my merchant number, which is an old contract, like Ross was saying here earlier, to the king. But this is to the queen. Actually, it's to the queen. And it's old law that was written on paper. And it's a trust. This law, if you violate that trust, you have to double back. So I do believe, again, using the 1611 Bible, using the equation, because this is all exactly going by what Scripture says. It doesn't work. It was tried many times using different, equations, and obviously was onto something, knowing that it was going by the script, that there would be a just measure poured out as long as it equal to, they will pay this out. They have to now, and they can't take it from me. I took it today from them. I've already took this when I never let them arrest me as a capital letter name. And I made that very clear on the record. I didn't misspell my name, but it doesn't matter because I spelled it correctly when I just got a little ahead of myself, and it's okay. It doesn't, the devil's in the details. That's the word demonion, or distributed fortunes or lies, but that's okay. I still put on record the correct name as they entered me in their kangaroo court, their merchant. It's not a court. It's just it's an accountant. And if you're like Ross said, if you allow them to summons you or whatever, like summons you, right? Well, I'll show up to their whatever, because I asked on the 6th. I don't understand. I'm going to look into that, and I'll be filing motions before then. So I'm sure with mine, I won't have a January J6 hearing. Let's go through this call. Let's look through this call and watch history be made in Lake County, Oregon today, as Father gave me the guidance through his word and through Carl Washington, a man who studied Scripture and he's the one who discovered this 1611 equation that allows this to equate, so that they have to credit it from the Tampa Bay 1983 case at the rate of $1,380 a minute times 3 of under the rate of inflation. So he had a 59 day credit for his time. He put this equation in that I'm telling you, and because he did serve 1 day, he had a credit at 59. So he put the equation in, because this is just accounting, not what you think. They paid him back. For the 59 days, he got $300 million accredited to his account in his bank. So this is real. This is the Father pouring out a just measure. Those with less will have more, and those with more will have less. So I'm sure he'll hear what the Lord saying to the churches, brothers, sisters. Please listen. This is part of God's equation. He said he will pour out a just measure when he returns. Christ is here. He's not. We don't have. He will. Your prize is when. That's a different time in our time. That's when the dead, that's this cosmos is in orderly arrangements, brothers and sisters, of seals or trumpets or horns, shofars. And when that final seal or scroll, the sky will roll back, and the pit will, this restrainer, that's the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Okay, Christ is here with us now. He's not the Hamashiach, the anointed. He's not in some house made by hands. Your body is a temple, and he blotted out the handwriting of ordinances in the book of Colossians 2:14. He wrote it on our hearts. Do you need scripture to quote it? Say it. I hope it's on your hearts. You don't need to know everything. You need to be taking up your cross. Most of you not worry about it. He gives all of us a different measure. I didn't ask for this measure. He's the one who gave it. And I'm sure that no matter what's done to me, just that should be judged. He will pour out a just measure on whoever tries to come against this. But Christ sent over his own house for the house where we all fast confidence and redemption. Oh, so yeah, put that light at the top of the house. Do not hide it in a basket, brothers and sisters. Let it shine. Oh, if you don't go out and share it, the king is nigh. He's been preparing for 2,600 plus years. Are you have oil in your lamp and have extra oil? Is your lamp trimmed? Are you ready for a long haul? Because I'm not calling for any kind of end time. Oh, you'll be some wars and rumors of wars. There'll be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Remember, he tells us this is not the end, but the beginning of sorrows, right? The nations will be in perplexity. He's in the waves of shame. Okay, so this is sorrows. Welcome to the new age. Welcome to the intensity where wandering Jews in the desert equals Hados tabernacles, baby. It's going to get intense. Hold on. Get it? Tabernacles? All right, I gotta let my dog in. Okay, so what I really find alarming too, brothers and sisters, is the absolute waste of resources in this case was just a massive. There's drones. They were flying drones this day, this Gregorian calendar, if you will, in the month of May on the 29th that morning. Guys, I got something going on with my face. My whole side of this is just doing some weird thing now. My nose. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to get some kind of something. Maybe it'll come back up. I don't know. We'll see. But that morning of the 29th of May, they came in and wrecked this place, and they just wasted a tremendous amount of resources. So when I looked through this discovery, it shows they were even flying drones out, had drones and all kinds of what a waste of money. What a bunch of failures. And this this subrogation of this straw man or merchant number that I've taken back from them will compensate a just measure for this ministry, which will be able to be paid off. I will immediately pay off and purchase or just donate. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, you can see it's this, how you can see I don't have any wrinkles over here. And this whole side of my face has these, and this eyes. It is what it is. I've had a concussion since day one, brother. Says I'll go get checked out eventually, but not until this was a good day. We made history today, brothers, sisters. This ministry, and whether we did it exactly correct or not, I will file the 100% correct motions on all what is called subrogation, the power of attorney, the challenging of the jurisdiction, and the well, it's not that hard, guys. It really isn't that hard. It's just because these are all crimes of commerce, and it doesn't matter either way. They illegally prosecuted my son, or haven't as of yet, because I can provide evidence under discovery and suppression. They can't suppress evidence at trial, and I have the evidence. It's all over theirs. I mean, their evidence just walks all over themselves. So this will leave Lake County. And as I establish in this, kangaroo court with this judge, I don't think it was the clerk, Judge Vandenberg. I think it was some other fake acting in non-judicial capacity. I should have challenged his just for the record too, but I don't think it's Vandenberg who signed off on this, this warrant, this illegal warrant, because I have they say YouTube, and if I'm on YouTube saying, hey, my son did all these 180 hours, call Lake County Probation, call Cresha Brunsman, call, why didn't he have on his 6th month of his action plan say, no, Elijah needs to start hour 48 and sign up with $100 and go to the community service. He didn't do anything at 17 months. They could have called Ryan Solberg and seen if there was a phone call. I don't care if he switched and flipped script because somebody pushed on him and told him to do that. He did tell Elijah he could get off probation. If I had money, I could have already provided the money and paid the $47,000. My son would be off of probation at month 17. So Elijah's subrogation of reimbursement will start at month 17. And he will have his own case. But I will not. You'll see I even established that, hey, I tried to play the phone call. I couldn't get it to pull up. I thought I had it, but it didn't play over the speaker. I'm not why, because I brought all that into discovery, meaning they'll be brought up in the federal case after it leaves this. I don't care if they convict Elijah in 2 days. I'm going to go see him. I might be able to see him. I do think they're going to try to pull something stupid, but maybe not. Maybe they do understand what exactly just happened to them today. They got bent over, brothers and sisters, and all they ever do out here is bend people over. I took it and stuck that. I took it back is what I did. I didn't, I took from them and what they have been taking from everybody. And Father allowed history to be made. And I'm sure they're in their pants right now, wondering what they are going to do. And I still, demand the dropping of this case, but they don't, and they don't. Maybe I didn't say exactly everything, but the motions will come 100%. And I don't think I missed what I know. Again, I have a tremendous amount of hours of studying this. I didn't say when I was arrested on May 29th that day that my name was not all capital letters, because that's the Broadway. If you spell Broadway in all capital letters, that's your name from birth, your merchant number. You equated everything I equate is to Scripture, and in the way this is working, because it has to work by the 1611 Bible, or it doesn't work at all. This is not some kind of, some outside other shem, other twist forward. It has to be exactly like he said. Do not change a jot or a tittle or a yod, not any, and it matches 100. That's what made it equate, was the 1611 old numbers. I don't care. Are you carrying your cross? You don't need any of this. Just carry your cross. Your treasure is in heaven, brothers, sisters, please. And that's not above your head. This is the measure he poured out for me. I have to do this for the bigger cause because Father chose this measure for me. Those with less will have more. Those with more will have less, brothers. Your kingdom awaits. Shiloh is preparing a place 2,600 years ago. Are you preparing yours? That's all that matters to you. It doesn't. None of this life is worthless. It's vanity. It's not. This is not. He warned you about what you see and what you see. Your eyes and idols and eyes and things of the dirt, which everything from the dirt that you see came from the dirt, and then in imagery, things that you see. So eyes and eyes. Porneia is the Greek word. Idolatria, your service of yourself, the taking of your crown, and that is the moment in time, I tell you, when you receive your inheritance. It's all this is about. But if you want to learn from here, please, this is only like Timothy, will hopefully add to your faith. So please, I do will never stray. Please study out of the interlinear Textus Receptus. That's where the gospel lies in the gospel, through Paul's, all his gospel, all writings, Paul's writings are the Father's words through Paul, through Shiloh's words through Paul, all of Matthew's and Peter's and even Peter's faltering, Father wrote him to, like Esau, to falter. And try to remember this. Esau, Father loved. No, Father didn't love Esau because he faltered and he did not get the inheritance. He stole the inheritance from his brother Nimrod, the one that Trump has his house decorated, that's locked up in the pit. You might want to remember why this is important, why he so loved Jacob, who he gave the inheritance. And this is all about the heirs of the throne of God, what is called heaven, that Paul spoke of, the ellipsis we must go through to receive that inheritance, the heirs of the throne of heaven. When he died on that tree, he fulfilled the covenant of flesh and a will to receive the prize, or the heir of the treasure. Or who's your prize? Somebody's got to die. And that was my love. Oh, I just made the dog jump off the couch. He never doesn't do that. Come back up here, buddy. I know. Dad was just, hey, somebody's got to die to fulfill the covenant of flesh, and then you receive your inheritance, heirs of the heirs, get it? Heirs in the age of the heirs, or three heirs, or those of the throne. That's what they receive. He is your prize. Are you getting it? Or you see why you receive your inheritance in the age of the heir? This is it. Pastor Apocalypse, brothers, sisters. When they took me into their fake kangaroo court, which this is absolutely the funniest thing I think I've ever heard, when Sam Birch, the pig Sam Birch, people in government are pigs, so it's not just like I'm talking about this one in a clown suit. Anybody works for this neuter gender beast, okay? Hey, what's happening, Kevin? What's happening, brother Kevin? So we're gonna go ahead and stay inside, Tuggy. We're all locked up here, so we got her batting down. Go ahead, Mr. Vance. So, how's the pups doing? How's them girls? Got her all fenced in today, so everything is there's no getting out of here. Good, awesome. Thank you for coming in, for your time, Kevin. Yeah, I'm gonna have to link you up with somebody else, man, here soon. Please go look up Bishop. Will be coming on before the end of the day, guys. He's dealing with a lot of logistics right now. He handles probably, I think, on an average, multiple people a day that need some kind of legal counsel. He provides through the Church of the Only Begotten Son. That is his ministry, and you could look his website up if you'd like and go through his. But he's in Colorado, so you might check that out. I believe he's over there on the southwest of the state. About what? Remember what he was? What it was? Anyways, you might want to check his. Very, very active, and has been for a long time, guys. This is a big player in the game here. His father has sent him to do this same understanding, and I'll bring him on. I've been, trying to pick one of you guys to come in here, but you guys have not. No cojones, but that's okay. Bishop Stoner is he's part of he's the ministry. Just go see his website, please. Go see his website, and go look through his the Church of the Only Begotten Son, and that was the Lamb, brothers, sisters, my love, Shiloh I am. So we've been working tirelessly. Kevin, thanks for coming in. He's somewhere not too far. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into this phone call and talk. We'll discuss this a little bit. I might pause within the call to this kangaroo court today, and just make some comments on the historical record today that Lake County normally just gives it to people, and they had it taken from them today. So thank you, Father, for giving me the prognosco and the blusos. Yeah, okay, I know it's fine. I hear you, but I'm my own counsel. Father is my counsel. I don't need an attorney. They tried to pull that crap today. I'm like, no, whatever. So I'll never take an attorney unless somebody comes in and donates a large fund from some outside source. Remember, not one dime has been given to legal counsel for me, but that's okay, because Father has been mine, though he be without counsel, right? Today I'm back off the record. So let's make historical record today, guys. Thank you, Father, every day. Hey, history's being made every day. What you can't change, because Father wrote all things. What the are you doing about it? I hope you're doing your part. I hope you're being your measure. He gave us all the different. Give that shekel to the man with the 5 shekels. See, you don't hide that light, brothers. Do not use what he gave you, please. We don't all get the same measure. Please, 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 just use what the skill set that you've been given. We're all very blessed to be here on this. If you can stand up, brothers, sisters, and move around, you are blessed. People are just struggle just to get out of bed. So some people don't, and they get bed sores, guys. It's not easy. Some of us are very fortunate. let's go into, okay, so this is going to be the documentation of me calling. All right, here we guys. You ready to make history here? We made history today. We took, they normally take, but today we took back because we can do that, not by theft. He who enters by any other way is a thief. Broadway, and a liar. You're not going to, only way to the narrow is the way that leads to the straight gate, brothers and sisters. It has to equate. See, a dose. I know what this is. Thank you, Father, for Scripture, for being the equation to make the numbers balance. Pride, not one above a brother, brothers and sisters. So, yeah, see what I'm saying? To get up in evil, to go and just provide for yourself, guys. People can't even provide their own. Thank you so much for people who have, helped in for these people too that are less fortunate. That is Christ-like. Go be with the downtrodden and the sick and the weary and the widow. He said, go not just on Christmas. And the only time you love the homeless is on Christmas and Thanksgiving. What kind of crap is that, guys? And those are both vanity anyways. But these people are just, it's an everyday. You be charitable with the word more than anything. Put the narrow word, put the light on everybody, brothers. Give your enemy the word. Yes, you better give it to yourself too. I don't care if the boat gets rocky. He's steering it. He's the commander. Don't jump ship, please. You're not steering. I hope not. Then, good luck with that. That's the golden rule of the law of the land, brother, sister. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Love thy neighbor like thy love thy enemy, like thy love thyself. Right? So, love your neighbor like you love yourself. Thank you so much. Portugal, thank you so much for coming in from Portugal. God's bride is in every rock, all continents, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not someplace over in the desert, guys. Well, over there a little bit too, but that's not, Israel is not what it talks about as bride, brothers and sisters. God's bride is in Portugal. Hallelujah. Thanks for, I don't know if you are one, Lewis, but we'll see what kind of fruit you are for your children of darkness, working dark. One bad apple upsets the whole apple cart, so we don't normally allow that. But if you produce good fruit, we'll know you. Do not judge them by their cover. I don't know. You'll know them by their fruit. So I don't need to throw over this cover with the flag, but if that is the flag, that is a veil. Well, let's pull that off. Who do we got under there? Hey, is it Lewis? Lewis, and I like that your name's not all in capital letters, like Susan's not all in capital letters either. Thank you, Susan, for not being a capital letter Broadway. Susan, broad is the way that leads to the wide gate, which is the word abyss. That's where that leads. Abyss is the word bathos or buthos, B-U-S-O-S-B-A-T-H-O-S. I gotta let my dog out. A negates the word that follows in the Greek. So hell that's the word abyss, is the place of no busos. He said, my people shall perish for lack of bathos, and I will throw them in the place of no busos or no bathos. That's hell. The word abyss. No knowledge. Hell is the place of no knowledge, not anything else. Remember Elton John? I don't like that. Boy, they had some good music. In fact, it's cold as hell. All right, Rocket Man. I gotta let my puppy out. I don't know why he's being. You're in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Stalking me. That's so cool. They get to go all the way to the front of the property again. Thank you, Father. Give me the strength to get all this fence done again. We're all fenced in here, so I feel I have the lock around the door. I feel safer, brothers and sisters. They did send 30 men here to try to kill me, so that's gonna come out all the time. They got the wrong thing. Huh? I'm a meek man, not a weak man. I'm a pacifist. I've done all my God fights all my battles for me now. So put on the armor of God twice, he said in Ephesians 6:11 through his apostle Paul. So wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principalities, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, brothers and sisters. This is a spiritual battle, not of flesh. Spiritual wickedness in high places. Hokadesh. Truth. Welcome to High Desert. Faith. And Aletheia. Truth. So Daniel, remember Daniel, faith, have faith like though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall not want, I shall fear no evil, for the Lord are with me. Thank you so much, Father, for sending Shiloh to protect me, to be that armor twice, as you said in Paul, put on the whole, Ephesians 6:11. Thank you, Father, for Paul, the 13th apostle. Thank you for the 13th month, not this orgy 12-month calendar of 52 weeks. Transgender Jesus. calendar. So anyways, let's get to this documentation phone call of history being made today in Lake County, Oregon, where Lake County normally extorts somebody's merchant number under a capital letter name, and you'll see right out the gate that I do not submit. You have to willingly give your kara character, your what you do daily over to this it, neuter gender it in America. It's the war machine that, well, Roger Waters called it the war machine. Eisenhower called it the military industrial, and it is the American industrial complex called, yes, the war machine that Roger Waters. Welcome to machine. Yeah, I remember that 1973. Welcome to machine. So we've been doing it before then, but anyways, we'll rock 'em, sock 'em robots, coming next to a neighborhood near you. Are those DARPA robots, or those Boston Dynamics, or the Elon Musk robots? I don't know. They're sure whacking a lot of people. That could be a good way to genocide eugenics. Get rid of a whole bunch of low-hanging fruit, I guess. It says the grapes are ripe on the vine. All right, anyways, nobody's calling for an hour a day, brothers. Paul said you'll see the day approaching. Remember, there will be signs in the stars, sun, and moon. God didn't create one planet, so hope you don't think you're living on any planet. Plan or plane, or do you have a plan? Basic instructions before leaving Earth. There's a code. You might want to use a concordance. You can cheat and find by a number how many times and where. Actually, don't cheat. Use that as a cheat code and go back and through the original scripture and read some passages before and after that coded, numbered, singled out sentence of the group of how many times that one time under your. Do you study at all by definition? Use a lexicon? Probably not. I wonder how many translators I got in here. Good money. I know some very smart people in crypto. Information for free. Crypto is the new system, the digital ball and chain. They call it a CBDC. Although my son came to me at, I just sold a motorhome at $3,000. He said, Dad, I know you won't go spend all that money. Go buy these coins. They're some kind of digital. I said, if they turn off the internet, you'll have nothing, son. If you don't hold it, you don't know that I'm going to buy some silver. He says, Dad, but listen, there's these coins and they're like $300, or you can buy 10 of them and they'll go to like 1,000, Dad. Come on, man. You do math. Come on, Dad. This is the new thing. You don't never listen to me. They turn out to be Bitcoin, brothers, sisters. What? Was I foolish? No, I'm not worried. It's a CIA front coin. There's no anonymity. But listen, brothers, sisters, crypto, there's a run up. They're pulling back right now. We did see a run up. Do you know what halving is? Let me give you some last he made me 2 times once before it was 4 days. Okay, well, shut up and get out of here then. I'll teach everybody else with you. Ross, bounce this yuddy fuddy-duddy idiot out of here, because we're going to teach people about crypto, how to make money, more money than this guy. You know anything about, I'll give him a 1 gem. Know anything about theta? Get out of here. Go see Bix. Get out of here, Yud. Just leave willingly, please. Don't, I don't like people who sit there and blaspheme the teacher. You leave your shit at the door. There's a cup out there, and take a shit out there and leave all your crap. If you're going to come in and somebody's teaching, don't open your mouth. That's rude. I'm teaching. So, anyways, apologize for the bad mouth. Leave your knowledge at the door, brothers, sisters. If you have a coin, or it's called a bit, because, people are going to want more of it. Listen, it's all a cycle. If you look at the halving last time, you just saw them, turn this into a exchange traded fund, ETF. So the big money already moved into Bitcoin for the long, 3 to 5 years. So there's no bouncing out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will hit probably $1 million in the cycle that it's in under this halving last time. So I don't want to hear it. You don't know anything. You've never looked at the original thing. Like I said, when my son came to me, they were $100 a piece, and said, Dad, or 300 a piece, and said, buy 10 of these, Dad, instead of buying, I think I want like $1,500 worth of silver. I couldn't spend it all like that. That's the most I've ever spent on silver, but I'd bought a larger chunk. So, brothers, sisters, there is money to be made. I would recommend, if you pay attention to the cycles and you find all ships rise in a rising tide. So all these coins are going to go up. Pay attention to Mr. Dogecoin himself, who speaks up in the whole market off of somebody's words. So these things are very, look into the actual whatever. They all have their own. It's like anything. It's like hiring a contractor. You should look at each one of these different. They all have their own. Each coin has its own backing and does, like Theta does something, Bitcoin does something. The best person that you can get for advice right now that what the hell? You guys are in and out like kids. Would probably be David at Adapt 2030. He will tell you exactly which coins are coming into this new system. Nobody will touch David's work. Nope. Not even Bitcoin Bob. Or go see Bix Weir. Bix Weir does both. He's been very ahead of most people on a lot of things. He'll teach you how all these coins work in a different fashion, like Theta, which is part of the network that will come into the future, which will be digital, and all these things that people don't understand, that these coins all have, some of them have purpose. Some are just some meme coin or something, but Bitcoin is not a meme. It has been around since, Tashi, that's not, it's a CIA front coin that's going to bring everybody into this digital, UMU, or Universal Monetary Unit. They already have this tokenized system. It's called tokenization. So you call it this, but they're changing the system. It is this, but it will be a tokenized system. It's part of the same ball and chain. Already pretty much is digital, guys. Most people use a debit or a credit card anyways. Most of these things are when they, make money. I mean, they printed more money into circulation in the last but it's zeros and ones on a computer, guys. But it does, listen, guys, too. The other thing, if you'll pay attention, look at how much what it takes to produce these coins, like to mine. There's that one country that's using the hydroelectric right now to mine these coins. But, with this whole, what is his name? Greta Thunberg, right? That's his name, right? With all the, oh, you're killing us all with your, windmills and fake, massive solar fields that are so pretty, aren't they? Right. But anyways, it's a hack. CO2 is plant food. Grow the hell up. I don't want to hear your nonsense about, we're all going to die. Get back in the closet, Al Gore. You get any of that global warming goodness? Just looks like it's going to be coming through the Midwest and pound again the lake effect. How's that lake effect? Again, your children will never see snow again. All the polar caps are going to melt. The polar bear or the ice caps are what fraud, guys? The hockey stick. So most of this whole system is a fraud. But I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to do anything. Go seek your financial advisor to save my own ass here, kind of like Constantine. But brothers, sisters, this run up is not going anywhere until the internet shuts off. You should know your numbers. You have to have that code and have that off your own. Bix will teach you all how to do that, actually pull that, like your title, to be able to actually have to have all this a hard copy, so that if this net does come back down and comes back up, that you have that, tree branch, log, car, I don't know, whatever they call that. You guys know what that do this Bitcoin. I actually only have somebody bought me $50 worth of Bitcoin, guys. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean there, Joseph Mack? Okay, but anyways, let's look at this too. This courtroom. I don't know who Joseph Mack is. If Joseph, I don't know how's your number, and how does your number? How are you a moderator? That's Joseph? You've been here a minute, and it's been a minute since you've been in here. Maybe that's what it is. I can't remember everybody, because I've been overwhelmed. But let's make discovery. Let's look discovery evidence today, guys, because history was made today, guys. Thank you, Father, for giving me the busos, the knowledge, and the intestinal fortitude to stand up against this clerk that is not it's not a judge, guys. This is a big dog and pony show, and they're putting on an act, and they're acting the chief of finance. So let's go into this. This will be exciting. I don't know if I got everything correct, guys, but we did document today. We did make history. We, as a nation, okay, cool. Well, no, okay, Joseph, I appreciate it. I must have done it for a minute, but I do appreciate it. Let's listen, Joseph. I don't know, how did you get hold of the courtroom? Were you here earlier, or? I don't know. Here, that's interesting. How did you know what I did already, Joseph? Thanks for coming in and the support, man. Thanks, Father, for all things, and thanks, Shiloh. Thank you so much, guys. Sir, what a blessing! What a cool opportunity to be given in time to. Yeah, Scott, but hear me out. I'm going to finish this, conversation with you real quick, guys. Here's what I recommend you do. Go get a bunch of, buy whatever, because it's just a bit of a hole. Okay. If you can, in your own advice, go turn those fake, well, they're not. You can turn all that. There are ways to exit these, Binance and all these things, this money. Okay. I appreciate it, Joseph. So I'm going to play the actual courtroom proceeding today. Okay. So we're going to see that all thing that I said put into action today. We're not just a man of words. I hope I stand in what I say. I keep my word. So go turn your Bitcoin into a water filter. These filter 100,000 gallons, guys. I've been saying this old live straw, been around forever in a country minute. Guys, these will be worth more than Bitcoin. These will be worth more than Bitcoin in a sense, because you can't drink Bitcoin. You can't. I'm telling you guys, I know worth, I know value of things. These are very important. Please, again, I want you to be successful. I'd like to see people not struggle. There's two kinds of people in this world, brothers and sisters. There's people who are service to self, and you'll see them. They're very obvious, and then you'll people that are service to others, brothers and sisters. It's quite obvious. You'll know them by their fruit. It says, don't judge them by their cover. You'll know them by their fruit. So this is very important too. I have been eating these, guys, because I knew I'd be a little strapped for time. Look at that chicken and mashed potatoes. And pad thai. All right. Thai food. I love Thai food. So with chicken. Of course, pad thai with chicken, right? So anyways, these are excellent, guys. About $10 a piece. I've shown these cost about $20 to make. So you're getting about half off right now, and you cannot beat having all that, not having to prepare. You could be doing something different with your time. I've talked about, I don't know. I have the other one. Please, if you can't, carbon filters, but I also talked in importance of preparation. And outstanding, Jacob. Thank you so much. With carbon and some sand, how to make the charcoal. Blessings, Jacob. What an awesome testimony that is, man, especially with the little ones, the nephews and the nieces and the kiddos, the kikis. So beans and rice too, guys. If you cannot afford these, please, this is just get a 5-gallon bucket and fill this up. Put some bouillon, chicken bouillon, tomato bouillon, beef bouillon in there. Put, something that you can hold to for time, 6 months or something, and that's going to get you by, guys. All right, Scott, shut the fuck up, man. Dude, come on. I don't have time for bullshit, and people who are, you're a scammer. I don't care about Bitcoin. I don't care about any of these coins. If people can take and put their crypto and pull off the chain and get money and make a gain, shut up, dude. You're being an idiot in here. I don't sup with vipers. Stop it. I don't sup with people who are not trying to help anybody. There's no scammer. I'll never talk about crypto. Somebody brought it up. You're an idiot. Okay? Chinese, I apologize for cussing. Nice, Kevin. Yes, I had the Chinese and Thai buffet today. Oh, man, I wish I was with Kevin. The buffet, baby, the buffet. So anyways, what do we do? Pastor, when anything goes digital, you better be here, Lisa. And you will be here probably because you're going to get off of your thing in January, and you'll come here and you'll be self-sufficient, and you don't need anything. You need somebody who can know how animal husbandry. You grow one tomato plant and you can make 1,000 seeds. Abundance is possible. You don't need digital anything. You can use this system. You keep one foot in the digital and you keep cashing out and buy beans and rice with the profits. Where Bitcoin goes up, I think somebody bought me a Bitcoin and it was $50. It's gone up and down, and I think it's like $60. I could exit that Bitcoin money right now and go buy your rice and beans. It is a real thing. Okay, there are other coins too. I don't recommend any of them. They're all, but Bitcoin's been around. It is a 5-year 4 or 5 year ETF coin where all the big money moved in it. There's a halving cycle. This is a cycle. Bitcoin's not going anywhere until either there's some electromagnetic pulse or some, nefarious, or the sun pops us and takes it down. If you have your code when the internet comes back up, it'll come back up. You'll be able to retain that if you know how to do it. So, Scott Brown. Interesting. All right. Okay, clown face, Mr. Badman Orange. Are you going and reading to kids in parties with that painted face, you sick, twisted individual? Yeah, read to our kids in libraries with painted faces. Look at that clown. He must be part of the transgender movement that Baphomet is 3 genders, Satan. So good luck with that. They want you to come on by, so you give it a try. Rice and beans, guys. $50, $100 worth of rice and beans is going to get you by for 6 months. You can do such things as take white rice and buy different kinds of rice. Jasmine. There's multiple brown rice, long grain. There's all kinds of long grain, right? There's many kinds of rice to vary other than the white. You can add things such as chicken bouillon. When you make tomato bouillon and white rice, guys, Knorr's tomato bouillon is the most bomb, and you can't say bomb in America, Obama. But anyways, it is off the chain. When I've had a restaurant, I've managed a 5-star. People are like, wow, man, your rice is so good. Guys, it's just rice with Knorr's tomato bouillon, like you get from a taqueria style, not this wet rice with little chili in it and the other red rice. Bouillon, guys, so imagine if serve somebody 2 rice, meals in a row, white, and then all of a sudden it's like chicken rice. Holy crap, honey, this is good. I like that. That's better than white rice. The next day you go back to white rice. So I plan on helping people, brothers and sisters. I can't give them all the steak I have, but I have an abundance of plenty of extra rice and beans, and this is how I'll be able to bring people in and start them for their skill set. If they work, I'll let them stick. If not, they'll let them pound sand and paprika and cinnamon, chili, Spanish rice, and cinnamon seeds. There we go. Okay, guys, listen. Day 4, all of a sudden, beef bouillon on the rice. So like, oh my God, honey, man, this place is pretty awesome. We weren't getting nothing. Day 5, I go back to white rice. Maybe some beans. Okay, whatever, some side. Day 6, tomato, Spanish rice, and 2 M&Ms, brothers. Get the out of here, honey. M&Ms, boys. 2 M&Ms are, I don't want you to eat candy, but listen, brothers and sisters, the reason why they put this stuff in an MRE, a meal's ready to eat. Meals ready to eat, chicken, noodle, vegetable, whatever is this, okay? But a meal ready to eat, brothers and sisters, has gum because that's good to, I wouldn't do this spartamin, but that helps to brush your teeth. I floss like a madman. I never, always floss. But anyways, probably too much. I don't know. I'm all right. I'd rather floss too much than too little. So these meals ready to eat, guys, always have some kind of treat in them. Some kind of treat. I think I had it in here the other day because I was showing it. I didn't realize, but these, instead of having that Tabasco bottle, which is very important, I guess they do put this in them now because I'm old school. It used to come with a glass bottle. This is I guess replaced the Tabasco. So it's very important that people like their spice. So this comes with gum. I showed it the other day. The very important that I'm saying is it comes with some kind of treat normally. Even like the trail mix has some kind of M&Ms or something, okay? If that makes sense. So what I'm saying, if I fed you white rice 2 days, chicken rice the 3rd day, white rice the 4th day, 5th day, was the brown or the beef rice, and day 6 I skipped and back to white in day 7. Oh, maybe you skipped a day, but day 7 you had the Spanish rice. Maybe I gave you a pack of this hot sauce, right? A pack of it, because some of these condiments might not be a bad something to make sure you do keep them pretty secure and away from rodents. Because I had some and I lost a bunch of them because I put them away for later. Like, that'd be cool just to have all the sauces. But anyways, these are the things that are morale boosters, guys. The reason I'm not into eating candy, but remember on that day I put the 2 M&Ms on the plate. That would be like, what the hell, M&Ms? Imagine eating 2 M&Ms. For 5 days, you didn't get anything. On day 5, you got, we'll just say red rice or something, and M&Ms in a sauce packet. You think, holy crap, honey, we just checked into the friggin', you know what I'm saying? With just a little bit, guys, of change of the thing, you can make something to get through a month or two, guys, and not be a pain in the ass where you go try to kill somebody because you're hungry, because you've never missed a meal. You might want to learn how to fast a little bit now. I'm not saying just consult your doctor, but that is one of the best things we can do to start the reactivation of our system that's supposed to be pumping the toxins out that we never let because we constantly eat 3 meals a day and never miss a meal. That's America. Imagine when they miss their first meal. Imagine if they've never gone a day. Most of them are very diabetic. They're hooked on sugar. They can't eat. They can eat a candy bar like gone in a bite. A $3.79 king size bar, gone in this day and age. A king size candy bar would probably last me 2 weeks, and I don't think I would eat it all. I'd probably get. Very important in this is a morale. I'm a veteran, guys. Please, 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 please find the morale things that you like. I don't care if it's candy. Find what you like now, because if it's gone and it reminds you, that's called reminiscing on something that's going to lift your spirits, keep your morale up, allow you to produce better work. Just the little things make the biggest difference. Like, I'm a small guy in the thing. You know, I want to sit there and write, I love you, honey, with her lipstick on the mirror. I don't need to buy her roses. I guarantee you, we're going to be, I'll put my own lips on the, it's the little things that make a difference, brothers, sisters, even in a relationship. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. It's the little things, you know. It is. I guess I try too much. Oh, well, some of us are just hopeless romantics. So, but anyways, I'll never be with a woman ever again. I would never drag a woman in my life. I realize God has me a single man now. I don't know, whatever I was thinking, even try to have, look what's happening to my son. I now have proof that my friend had his kid taken away from him just by hanging around me, guys. He's mentioned in the police report. It is sick. Look at what's happening to my son. I would never want to bring a woman into my life and have to ever do to anybody. Stay away from me, please. To keep this channel, I warn you. You can't one bag of Skittles. Was way too much sugar. I didn't realize that until it made me feel like, cool, I understand. Then Jacob understands when you're working hard, guys, too, in such like boot camp, and you overdo sugar, your body be like, get that the hell out of me. I am clean. I am clean. Don't put that in me. And it will make you, thank you for your testimony, Jacob, because that's true. When you clean our bodies out, guys, I'm not crapping you, man. When I don't drink coffee, and I'm losing this a little bit because I've been drinking more coffee. When I don't drink sugar and I drink straight Berkey water, it's better than a shot of Red Bull. I used to smoke cigarettes probably 12 years ago. You know, that draw off a cigarette, you forget about the world. A shot of good, clean Berkey water is better than any shot of Amp, Red Bull. I don't drink that crap. I don't like the taurine flavoring. But anyways, everybody has different flavor, like their ear likes a different flavor. So, very important. I want to make my last thing, and then we're going to get to the documentation of the call today that was placed to in the circuit clown court. But I do always have to talk about preparedness, guys, because anything can happen. This is where I'm really worried about my son, like, because coming up is this election. He's going to declare a national emergency day one. He said he's going to put 100% tariff on all the BRICS nations. Mexico said if we sanction them by 25%, they're going to sanction us back by, and the shipper doesn't pay for that, brothers and sisters. The consumer pays for the difference. So please be ready. I'm trying to cause you to rush out and buy all the toilet paper, but you might want to go get a couple of those 36 rolls now. Not be down there fighting people for the last box, bag, or canned food, whatever that crap poison is, or the last roll of toilet paper. You'll need TP for your bunghole. I'll go farmers and turkey ham for her. And a straw. Nice. Thank you, Jacob, for that. What an awesome testimony. And a straw. Cool. Their own little percolator, eh? Let's get it percolated. Why? Remember that song? The percolator song? God, I'm a weird guy. No, I cannot. I don't mesh with you guys. I apologize. You guys are normal, and I am whack. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out with the wacko. No, not Waco wacko. So this is very important, brothers and sisters. You cannot eat gold or silver. Water is going to be very important. Please, this is probably going to be more valuable than 1 ounce of gold. I'm serious. I bet you that somebody would give you an ounce of gold easily for this very soon. 1 whole ounce of gold which will always buy you a nice steak dinner, a suit, and a bottle of wine for your lady, no matter what the cost is. It's okay. These I haven't used this, so I don't know from personal, but everybody, I've never seen really in negative reviews. This does filter. I think it's about 12 or 13 bucks now. This is 1,000. This is, I paid 18 or 19. They shipped this first one to the wrong address. Somebody got a free one. Father provided somebody a filter and didn't even know it because they didn't. I put it online. Do you have it? Nobody gave it back. So anyways, they just sent it to the wrong address. It is what it is. I contact him. I should probably leave a review because the guy shipped it overnight instead of slow mail, and made sure I got it the next day. So yeah, that was fast shipping. Please make sure you have, this is like 10 years worth of water filtration. They'll probably be the last one you need. You'll find some other way to water filter. Very convenient, very tried and tested. Probably the Sawyer Mini is the top line filter for a personal filter on the market that I have seen. I've never used it, so I cannot speak from experience. I have used, and the Life Straw has several for years, can speak. I like the flavor of these. But I have never heard anybody say anything derogatory. Flavor is everything. Some people like country. Some people like rock. Your ear is the same as your mouth, brothers, sisters. Nobody can tell you what you like. Don't tell anybody that this certain flavor is what you don't ever let them tell you to like a certain kind of music or food. You like what you like. So maybe you might not like what this does, but I bet you will because it's polishing filter. Most of it's carbon, and it does a really good job at removing taste tests. I was a Hey, Culligan man, I did that too. I've done quite a few things, guys, in my day. So let me put up this preparedness food here, and I hope you took some notes. God left this place over 26. The Father, Shiloh, my love, in the flesh, as yes, birth of the Pisces through the amniotic fluid, the water, where he didn't have a body. He came of flesh. Remember, his son was the only begotten son. So anyways, water's important. I was the Culligan man. You can go 3 weeks without eating. You go about 3 minutes without air. You have about a third of a second to make a decision, or you're dead in war. You should just react, not think. If you think you're dead. So anyway, I take that back. Move out, draw fire, soldier. Okay, anyways, you got about 3 days to go without water, and you're dead, brothers and sisters. Water is very important. Christ, 40 days by tempting, he only drank water. By the distributor of fortunes in the desert wilderness, and tempting him the whole time. But 40 days, what a rock star, my love is. He could walk through walls. There's no man on this earth that I don't give anything. My love, my shadow, he could walk through walls, brothers and sisters. Oh, man. That's the man I go after. That's what this flesh loves more than anything, is a man that can walk through walls, brothers and sisters. Okay, but all right. I love, you can tell, he's usually packed squares and really delicious. Okay, David, that's what I'm talking about, David. I apologize, get a little loud. Not my First Amendment, I have that right. Get over it. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech of the press and of the religion. All religions are vanity. So anyways, vain, if you will. But anyways, you don't dwell in temples or houses made by hands. Each declares twice, 2 witnesses. So see, it's official. It's official, baby. You ever see Roly Joly Oly? Okay, anyways, I don't know if you guys who knew Roly Joly Oly is. What up, YouTube? Anyways, that's it. Oh, I can't believe I just brought that. I never said that online. All right, you might want to go see pod1life.com. All right, anyways, I do some things that are just a little bit off. So I have a cistern tank. Absolutely. Thank you, Joseph. Awesome. Super, guys. Super duper duper. You guys are the best. You guys can help others. Think about when God tells us to be charitable, right? To be charitable. God loves charity. God loves charity. God loves charity. So when you think about a man reaching his hand up, like he lifted Peter, about oh ye little faith, be comforted I am. When a person is lifting somebody up, oh, that guy's down. Yeah, you're helping him, lifting him up. And even God does provide the person who is lifting that person up. It's a win-win situation, brothers, sisters. Charity goes both ways with the Father. That's a reason why God wants us to be charitable. You're helping another brother out, brothers and sisters. When one of us suffers in a brotherhood, all of us suffers. When one of us benefit, we all benefit. Please don't help a brother. Be with the widow, the downtrodden, the sick, and the weary, brothers and sisters, the people who you'll see. So this is a time to be putting up that oil so that day comes. You can be not this. I don't think this foolish virgin, that was not the same. Under this test, we're all virgins. Hopefully he already, separated he will separate the wheat from the chaff, brothers, sisters. We help a brother out, even as a veteran, if something is, you take it out and put out of its misery, or you help. You don't just let it suffer, okay? You don't let anything suffer. So please, charity works both ways. Think about that man who's lifting that person up. God likes that, as well as the person that is being lifted. That is so beautiful. I hope you understand that both people benefit. It's not one-sided, okay? That's why the Father tells us love is patient, and we need to be patient with him. Love is kind. We need to remember love does not boast. It is charitable. This is agape, okay? The highest form of agape is 2 John and 6, and that's to walk and follow his commandments. He tells us to do these things, okay? It's meek and turn your cheek, all right? Not weak. There's a difference. Charity is a beautiful thing, guys. So be ready, put up extra oil so that day we can. How did he feed them with bread and fish with so little, and then there was extras? Gee, I wonder. Father always provides, brothers and sisters. Father always prepares a way. Go out, prepare ye the way. Tell the whole wide world that the king is nigh, and to trim their lamps and have extra oil. If failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You want to see a failure? They sit there. Psalm says it only takes for evil to flourish for good men or women. It says men, but men, women, we're all one. Brothers, sisters, and your mother are those that do will of the Father. Yes, brothers, sisters, yes. For good men to stand around and do nothing and shut up. STFU. So anyways, all right, let's do this documentation here for discovery. They're going to have to look through all this too, guys. I love this as a teacher. Like, oh my gosh, this pastor just does nothing but teach. He says he's going to have a evidentiary stream. This is evidence. I'm putting it down for the Lord. I'm on the Jesus juice, baby. This guy's always on the Jesus juice. He's like a pushy car salesman, but with Jesus juice. Trying to sell me some of that snake oil and the Jesus juice, baby. So anyways, guys, what a beautiful day in history it was today. This will, I don't see how it won't. I do believe this is, again, of the Word of God. All things, because this equates with the 1611 scripture, Tampa Bay case, Trezevant, 1983, for the equator on how to do the equation on the billing, the equation on this subrogation. So let's go into this. Are you excited, guys? I'm super excited. Thanks for being a witness. I know there's just 11 of you, but that's okay. It's not about numbers. It's about one of you hearing this so that you guys can, well, two of you. I need two at least to be a witness. Can I get a witness? Whoop, whoop. So how about Dan, like your Decamile? Let's see. All right. Let's go into this, guys. Super excited. I think I need to make some more coffee. Probably need to eat here in a minute too. But let's get into this. So what we're going over is the hearing today that they had for the Phil Studenberg to request Judge. I don't know who he was. I didn't even listen. Maybe we can hear it on the. I gotta let my puppies in. Because I love my puppy and dogs. And my boys. Oh, my guys. Easy. And my kitten boy, too. Let's get some water going. I think we're going to make some more coffee. I need more coffee. I haven't had a second cup of coffee in weeks, guys. Hey, celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. The celebration, laughing right here. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. All right, everybody's singing in the background. I hear you guys sing. You guys were singing it. Yes, you were. I could hear you singing it in your head. We're having an S-A-L-E, right? A celebration. No, just kidding. Oh, I need a lighter. Come on now. I'm so excited. We made history today, boys. We made history. The government, No, it's not the government. It's fake government. There is no constitutional republic. That has been gone for a while. It is called a democracy. It's a mockery of the original Constitution of the United States, Constitutional Republic. Declaration of Independence. You went right back because you're a child and you let them take it back and give it to the Queen. And because you're a child and you can't handle your own finances, they're handling them for you from your date of birth. And they wrote this all on a like it was done on a ledger or a piece of handwritten paper, because it was on an honor or a trust system that somebody could change that piece of paper, since it wasn't all digital get down. They would you broke the trust, so you had to pay double back, and that's what they just measure. You had to pay it back double. So that should be the equation. While I'm working on that too, because it is part of the scripture. I'm going to, as Carl Washington has figured out the 1611 equation, I'm going to figure out the just Babylon will receive twice the judgments. I know it'll work, guys. I just need to put it in the calculator, and if it does, watch, it will pay out because it does equate. So I'm working on a new equation. Already. Remember, he tells us that, I think it's in the book of Timothy, to go back and make those corrections, if you will, with others. So thank you for Carl Washington. Thank you for Bishop Stoner at the Church of the Only Begotten Son. And thank you for Brother Jim Brown at Grace and Truth Ministries. And thank you for all the subscribers at the YouTube High Desert Faith and Truth, formerly Predestined for Light channel, and all the Dragon followers at the 20,000 over there on TikTok. We don't do much content anymore over there. We just make sure we check in every once in a while, say, hey, how you doing over here? What's up, Dragon? What's up, TikTok? So we're not on TikTok. We're on the Hollow Needle channel, and we're hanging out with our kitten boy, who's here with the dad, and he's hanging with the dad. And I love this boy. He's my kid. He's my Yasher boy that I love, all the time. He's my boy. A good guy. You're such a good guy, Yasher Basher boy. Yasher guy. Thank you, Father, for making good pets. This is a dingo. He's a dingo, guys. Hey, look, too. I have to thank the Father so much for giving me the strength that day when they swatted this house to take on those 4 to 5 tear gas canisters, where one is really difficult to breathe. It was really hard to breathe in here. You start hearing my breath being, changing, my mouth. It's, it just starts, but stuff gets in your system, guys. It's not easy to, I had already been concussed in the face and had, my hearing was obviously, I wasn't hearing at my right ear at that time because they'd already, that concussion grenade, guys, concussion grenade is meant to be thrown in a room and concuss the whole room and everybody in the room, in the room. It's not meant to be directly thrown at somebody's face. So that's an excessive force violation. And under the notice of liability, you'll see that I put the courts on notice. I will, I'll be going after an excessive force lawsuit for the officer and the officer who authorized somebody had to authorize it. And that's, hey, so I've been a leader. I've been in the position of authority as far as leader. I've been a thug, pig, cop, and a military police in the Army. So, yeah, I've been special weapons and tactics trained. I am the first man in the door, the shield man. Directed threat is a term that comes from special weapon tactics training. It says on this discovery that I have this training here. Okay, so send the notice of intent that steps out in a civil lawsuit. So let's go ahead. Thank you, Joseph. Here, let's look at what was done today. We made history today, guys, and thank you so much, Father, for allowing this ministry to continue, and that they didn't, you're in contempt, come in, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. I ain't listening to them anyways. They're just a bunch of, all crimes are crimes of commerce since they took this from the United States, being a constitutional republic, which it's not anymore. And that's how they're extorting you, through your capital letter name from birth. It is called your merchant number. You call it your, social security number, but it's not. It's a credit. It's a card. That's why it's called a social security card. But that card is what is known as your merchant number, and you can call it a bunch of different names, but it's still like Christmas is still the Feast of the Yule, Feast of Saturn, the Saturnalia, Sacrament of the Mass. It's all referring to the same thing. So what is called your straw man is your merchant number, or your tin man in the Wizard of Oz, which is your tax ID number. And your straw is because if you had a brain, you would figure it out, but you don't. You're a child, and the number of maturity is 7, so it'd be 7 to do the 7 things. So there are steps that it does take to make this happen. I do believe we took the very first step today. I am thankful for the Father for equating this all to Scripture. It does not work if you do not put it in the biblical equator. If you want to find the law, case law, it is Tampa Bay. Tresabat, 1983. Look it up. The hourly rate in 1983, or excuse me, not hourly rate, by the minute. It's billed out by notice of liability. You'll see me put the court on notice, put all parties of notice. That means any damages will be reimbursed through the bond, through the merchant number. And I took it from them today. So I don't know. I think it's probably $200 million, as I told you. I said I turned that $2,200 or $22 check into $220 million. We took the first step today to making it happen. I don't want no million. I don't want no money. I don't care about money. I'd like to go buy a fishing license or something, even though I don't want to ask for it, because I just want to get away and go. I can't, guys. I have a appellate court after my son. I have to file habeas corpus for him and his half. I have to file the motion of affirmative defense. Once I file, I think though, I do feel too, once I file the motion, I don't know if that's exactly for affirmative defense means you have the right to protect somebody from illegal prosecution. And they have charged me with felony statutes, which I'm not a statute, which we'll show you. I'm a man, and I'm not a statute, and I'm not part of their corp. Their corp mean the corporation. Notice the corp isn't alive, it's dead. So I'm not part of the corp. I'm not part of this statute under all crimes or crimes of commerce. I'm not a commerce. I'm not engaged in commerce. Commerce is a corporation. That's all done in capital letters. Title 18 is criminal. Title 18 is criminal statutes. Those are judicial statutes, meaning not under an administrative statute, under a Article 3 court. All courts, there's 3 courts. The 3 is Article 1, which is administrative. That's not judicial. I challenged the judge's capacity to be a judge and said, you're not a judge. You're not. You're a clerk. And if you want, I'm subrogating the bond. Today, I am exercising my right of subrogation. That means I took that $1,220,000, whatever it is, from them. I don't know exactly. I'll figure it out what it is. I don't even. We'll put in the number. It has to equate to the case. As long as it equates with the case, it's mine. And I can't. The only way they can get that money back from me now, because I said I will file for power of attorney, because they don't think I'm that power of attorney says, okay, I'm taking over that straw man. I'm taking over that merchant number, and that is mine. And if you want it back, you have to provide me proof that you are acting in a judicial capacity, and they're not, because they're acting in a Article 4, which is territorial, and it's not judicial. There's only one judicial court, and that is the Article 3 court. And none of these courts here that are, I don't care, go look at church down Article 3. There's only one. So no getting that money back. It's taken now. It'll be given to High Desert Faith and Truth, Grace and Truth Ministries, Vita. There's an administration that's in the prisons that wants me to come pastor the gospel there. I'll be giving that to them as well. And I'll be buying Gene a boat because they just took Gene's kid away from him because he was on the police report, guys. They took this man's child. He's on the police report. He left here, guys. They illegally stopped his looking for Elijah and me, and we never left. As far, I don't know, whatever, it didn't matter. Yes, we did that one day, but they were looking through his vehicle. Okay, they thought they had a reasonable articulate suspicion to stop him, but that's not a crime. There was no crime committed. Lady, what? How can I leave Arizona and go where Tracy? Okay, Joseph, I know and ask how old are you? As long as you have to answer, Joseph, if you're a child, and I know you're not a child, Joseph, so okay, we don't want any minors in here. Oh man, some good fresh coffee. So all right, let's go through this, guys. Thank you, Father, for today. What a beautiful day it is. We made history today, guys. All my exes live in Texas. That's what I go by back home as Garth. But anyways, no, I'm just kidding. All famous people go to hell, guys. All rich people go to hell. All famous people go to hell. So we're going to go into the courtroom. What's going to happen is they're going to put on record or whatever. And they're going to go through a bunch of names. So I'm going to have to fast forward. I will probably be stopping and explaining what was being done in the oh man, I put 5 scoops and I put an extra scoop in there in the old French press. That tastes like a coffee. Oh yeah. Thank you, Father, for coffee beans. Okay, you guys ready? You guys are ready to experience in history today. We're making it. We're creating evidence. And this will be brought into discovery at the federal trial of this whole case. You'll see this will one day go to, probably going to have to go to appellate court, because Elijah, I don't know, we'll see. I brought onto a record today that Elijah is his investigator for his counsel said that we are forced to take this as trial, which is a 6th Amendment violation and a 5th Amendment violation as well of his Miranda rights. Oh, no, not 5th Amendment. The 5th Amendment's the right to remain silent. I don't know why I say that. His Miranda, part of your Miranda rights is your 5th Amendment, being to shut up, because anything you do and say will be used against you. I get it, EO. I'm not leaving the house. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I'm all locked up. The gates are locked. I really am a little bit uncomforting here. I'm not BSing with you. I literally, for the last few days, have been stringing all the rest of this fence, so they can't come in here now again. There's no way. And then the dogs can go all the way to the fence line, to the very edge of the property now, which is very important. And then I documented the easement on the property, and then this property where Sam Birch drove on that day and turned into a statute on the supposed felony eluding, but I can protect my son from illegal prosecution under what is called affirmative defense, which means I have the right to protect him. I did under this sanctuary. That's why they never came in there. The problem is they got a warrant because we left, and they thought they had a felony pursuit, but there was no exchange of speed. Elijah didn't commit the U-turn that they say. When he pulled into the driveway, he did not have lights or siren on. They told him, I guess, whatever, that's not a pursuit. He never got out of his vehicle. He turned into a statue. Go look at the video. You can see he didn't even say anything. He just stared the whole time as I'm screaming. I jumped back over the fence. I jumped back over the fence. Think about a felony truck. Get down on the ground, motherfucker! You know, the cops will cuss at you. When I went back for all my people, I was talking about Tora the kitty, because I reached back for the door that day when they swatted, and they could have shot me right there too, brothers, sisters. But I was more concerned about my dogs. Obviously, I ate 5 tear gas canisters for the dogs. It will be separated and showed there was no resistance. I was only asking them to stop lobbing tear gas, CS gas. You already shot me in the face. I'm not going to come out with a gun. I said, you called me. I said I would come out without any weapons. I'll have my phone in my hand so I can continue to live stream, but I am not armed, and I just need to get some numbers so I can get my animals somewhere. When you guys want to take me, fine. I'll go. I won't resist, but please let me get some numbers for my dogs. 5 tear gas canisters. My I'm ruined for life, guys, because of my dogs, and I would do it again 1,000,000 times. Listen to me, please. In this discovery, under this thing, it does say that that they say that the dogs would be aggressive. So I know that day, if these dogs would have come out the door, guys, they would have shot them. I'm telling you. I have it right here. It says that the dogs, they drive by and say that the dogs are an issue and could be, for their safety, the dogs are a threat to law enforcement. Pigs. They would have shot my dogs, guys. So I am so glad that I reached back for the door and shut the door. I am so glad that I went back for Tora and didn't leave Tora in the car. Tora could have got out and ran off, and we never could have caught Tora. Was my son's cat and his wife's cat, and because the doors were left open, I was like, oh shit, my people, but I meant the cat. So he's my people, he's my son's cat. And so I went back in the car. Think if that was a felony traffic stop, that guy, I could have been reaching for anything in the car, go to get a gun, right? I was going to get the kitty. I love animals, guys, so much, guys. My animals are like the best. My kitties, you guys see how much so I'm permanently scarred for animals, and I would do it again 1,000,000 times. Yes, I have been respiratory problems. I do believe that's what these whole blood. I got some relief, guys. Today I didn't spit up any blood. This is the first day in weeks that I haven't spit up any blood, which is cool. The dry pressure cracking feels a little bit relief, but it feels like a wet drowning feeling now. So I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm going there probably eventually too. Not all have dual citizenship, Joseph. I'm going to try. The guy wouldn't give me my passport back that stole my dog. I'll say he stole it now because he didn't get back for months. But probably the guy that stole my silver too. But whatever, I don't care. Jimmy Crackcorn, I don't need money. I'll have more money than I know what to do with if I need it. But I don't need money. So let's go into history being made today in Lake County, Oregon on 12/9 of 2024, the lunar calendar. They brought a 9:30 call to hearing when I'd already told them to remove the counsel of record because of already violating my Miranda right to adequate counsel and the delay of the trial because we're not providing me counsel, which is a violation of my Sixth Amendment. Call witness. He ain't called me about anything, so I haven't been able to provide any witness. And a violation of the speedy trial, which is now, he said this trial has been set. So we're going to go through this. They still want to try to take it to trial, which is idiot because they're going to have a pretrial. He says he's going to abandon the trial, but take it to pretrial. So we'll see. I don't think the judge knew what he was doing in there that day today. I don't think he's ever had anybody take something from him. Normally they're used to taking, and today Lake County, Oregon had millions of dollars, probably hundreds of $1 million taken back from them. They get a little piece of it, but I took all of it. That is what subrogation is. I took all of it. So let's go into this. You'll hear how this is done, and I'll continue hopefully to teach people how to do this. We'll make sure this will be a case. There was a case called the Treasumat, Tampa Bay, 1983 for the equator on how to calculate the per minute hour that the notice of liability you bill out, and they will credit it back. It's already case law. Okay, so you can't change this. Okay. So we're going to bring later on today, I'll probably take a break here, get something to eat in a little bit after I obtain this or actually throw this discovery down or evidence. And then later on tonight, guys, we'll bring Bishop from Church of the Only Begotten Son in, and we will do a duel. He'll be in here. We'll talk. I'll probably just try to shut up and I'll comment on because he's very well versed, and he'll talk to you more about some of his experience. I'm just going to let it free flow or whatever, let him organically. We have no pre-planned anything. We just said we'll come on here together later. He's dealing with a hearing and a trial, and he's always providing legal counsel. So he's done this for quite some time. We touched, God sent him to me. He was in here. That's how we came into this. Father sent him here. We linked up, and he was just a key link to like some of these other people. Like Lady Grace came in here. She's really smart last night. Lady Grace, I thank Father for sending me Lady Grace. She was very understanding what's going on. So Lisa, I will help you in a minute. You're asking questions. I don't know if you got the answer for it, but if you're trying to leave state and they have some kind of thing where you're not supposed to, don't leave. Don't get yourself in trouble. Whoa. No way, my battery. Guys, no way. All right, hold on. My battery just went dead. Dude, they just nuked my battery, guys. My battery is just at... Okay, guys, I don't know. My battery just got nuked. My battery was just at 75%. And it just dropped to 5%, guys. 5%. How did that just do that? I just checked my battery before the stream. We've been on here not long, and whatever, how I came back in. No way. Okay, whatever it is, what it is. I did go outside, did come back in, but I haven't burned up 75% of that battery. Okay, it is what it is. Let's go into this. I'll check if I have to. I'll restart the stream for 5%. Actually, I'll probably do this and then get off here so this phone can recharge. What a bummer, man. I don't know how that was possible. So I haven't been on that long. I can stream for 6 or 7 or 8 hours, with half a battery. I don't know how that just lost. As a star on it, it's as good as gold. If your hours less is not a star on it, you can't even board a domestic flight. Okay, you're talking about the Real ID. I believe Joseph is talking about Trump's new Real ID. Real Eye. Do you real eyes? Real eyes. So let's go into this. God, my eyes have been hurting for days. It's that light, guys, pointing right in my eye, too. It's not helping the cause. So, all right, let's go into this historical record today made at Lake County. I did this via telephone call-in, so let's get into this. Thank you, Father.
Oh, shit. Stop. No, I recorded that, dude. Bullshit.
Okay, look at this. I was like, oh, no. Guys, when I went in here, I forgot that I had called in the Clerk, and I'm like, it didn't record. I'm like, no. Actually, let me delete this one here. Delete. Okay, hold on. Delete. Okay. So we're going to go back one. Okay, here we go. Historical record being made today.
Code followed by the pound or hash sign.
3, 3, 8, 4, 3, 6.
You entered 3, 3, 8, 4, 3, 6. If this is correct, press 1. To re-enter your...
It's the right number. We're in, boys.
You're the only participant in the conference.
I'm the only one. Oh, there's somebody else came in. Somebody else came in.
Good morning, Lake County Circuit Court. Who do we have on the line?
Tracy, capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r, not in all capital letters.
Bingo!
Okay, so, and who else?
Oh, did you hear somebody laugh? I heard somebody laugh. Did you hear somebody laugh?
Scott Carter and Mr. Werner. Who else?
Did you guys hear that lady laugh in the background?
You entered 3.
Listen to this lady laugh, guys. When I say I'm capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r.
You are the only participant.
Listen to her laugh. Who was that? We got to figure out who that was.
Good morning, Lake County Circuit Court. Who do we have on the line?
Tracy, capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r, not in all capital letters.
Okay, so, and who else?
Did you hear them laugh? They laughed. They think it's funny. I'll get you, little dog, Toto, too. Watch me take the bond from them. So already have established my name is not written in all capital letters. So. Nope. I mess up the spelling on my own. I already put it on the record. Correct, not capital letters. So that's funny.
I told Jim one time, send you a briefcase. I need some pictures. He didn't do it.
I think they're talking about me. I got to go back and listen to that, guys. Can you guys hear any of that?
Oh, they took. Oh no, they're still.
I think they're talking about me. They're laughing. I think I can hear them say something about it. I think it's funny, but watch what they do. Okay, so they're going to go through. So if you notice, I will not submit to being a capital letter name. For the record. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, here we go. I think I'm getting ready to go on the record. Here's how this is done.
I think we'd like to reset it. I understand you think you need. I'm going to give him these to take over the read, and we can talk on the phone. Probably need it. I'm back here Friday, but Judge Edwin doing that. A couple weeks is what he's asking for.
This is the other people. They run through a couple because there's 3 up there. They put me last. They don't want anybody to hear me. So
January 6th. Yeah.
J6.
All right. 10:30 January 6th for both matters. We're scheduled for free trial.
That's the way no words. It's just, I'll be very clear with my wording, obviously. So already no capital letter name. No capital letter name. They're not able to take this right now. Now I'm going to take it back from them. Watch. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to take the money they were trying to take me. I'm going to get it during this, and they can't get it back from me now unless they can prove that they're acting in a judicial
24 CR 27997. Mr. Studenberg here, Mr. Werner online. Yeah. Okay. I had filed a motion to withdraw if you want to further me, and I think the relationship is not working.
The relationship, he says, is not working. He's never provided me any counsel. Okay? He's never provided me any counsel. Yes, I'm off the grid. And we're charging batteries right now off the sun. Look at that, out of the inverter. Charging the battery off the power inverter. I don't have my wind turbine. Anybody want to chip in $350? I'll go buy a new one, but I haven't had one, and I've had to use gas since then. So, ouch. Oh, well. I didn't for years. That's about what I paid for it, and shattered when it hit the ground. So anyways, let's go back in. So right now, what I've done is I paused it. They're putting me on record. And I've not submitted to be in a capital letter name. So they're not able to make this and take this to proceed any further after what was done. I'm going to file motions when I go there in 2 days, because Elijah has a trial in 2 days, and I make mention of that too. So we'll continue here.
So it looks like there's a trial scheduled for the 15th.
Okay, so he says there's an attorney-client privilege breakdown. There's a trial scheduled for the 15th of December, or excuse, of January. There's already a pretrial set for January 6th, and I'll bring that up, okay? So here's how I'm going to challenge immediately the judge's authority, that he's not acting in a judicial capacity. I said Dave Vandenberg is not, he is acting as a clerk and administrative, and I challenge his judicial capacity. So now he has to prove, when I exercise my right of subrogation, that allows me to take that money back. That's what subrogation is. That's the money they're trying to take from me. I've taken it back. When I exercise his judicial capacity and or challenge his judicial capacity and exercise subrogation, my right to subrogation, that says I've taken that. You think I'm a child and I can't take care of my finances. You did that from birth, but I'm not some capital letter name. See, that's why I was not arrested. This will lead into why I say now I'm going to file for power of attorney. Okay. Right now, this criminal, because he didn't do what I asked him, and he's not following the law. Phil Studenberg was my counsel, was appointed after 6 months. Under the Constitution. Even any delay of speedy is a constitutional violation. Under the right of adequate counsel is a Miranda right. He's not providing adequate counsel. I'll call him out in court saying he didn't provide any counsel at all. I can prove he's provided zero counsel. He's saying he's having an attorney-client privilege breakdown. He's never even provided any counsel. I'll say I had to force discovery from him, and that means all my paperwork that I had to force, and he sent that to me after I made him give it to me. He's never actually provided. It took them 6 months to get me counsel. as you can hear. Oh, well, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been since May 29th, you idiot. Every day you violate me, I will bill you at $183 a minute times 3. That's over $4,000 a minute times however many minutes times an hour times however many. This is going to get expensive. I will get back all that merchant number bond. They sell it on the stock exchange, and you don't understand, but it is a thing. It's called a bond or a treasury. It's a merchant number is what it is. It's a contract that was written on a piece of paper. Okay? So now I have it. Watch. Now, first, before I take it, they're going to try to allow this, which is already a violation because I've already contacted the circuit clerk, told him to contact this clerk, Judge Vandenberg, faking as a judge, and Ted Martin, the chief of finance, which is called the prosecuting or district attorney. He's just a finance officer is all he is. He has no authority. He has no authority. He's just another administrator. He has nothing. They're all working for the chief of finance. This is all it's set up. You think this is crazy, but this how this works. So as a violation of my Sixth Amendment right to speedy and fair trial with a Miranda violation to adequate, this clown comes on and says, well, I got a client breakdown. You ain't done nothing for me. So I'm going to call him out in open record and say, he ain't providing me any counsel, which is a violation of my Miranda rights. Adequate counsel and delaying me to not make him say, see, what they did today is they went to a hearing. I days ago, last week, already told and removed this attorney of record, told him immediately. I called the circuit clerk because he had already filed back in November to ask the judge, I want to withdraw because of an attorney-client breakdown. They set it for hearing. I called the clerk and said, hey, he's filed back in November. The judge hasn't, because, has he opened up it on his window yet and seen it? So you're all nice. She's like, well, sir, I can't tell that to you. Oh, almost had it, right? So if he'd seen it, I know, but it's in his window. It's in his, I haven't, she can't tell me if it's open, if he's actually, that was a smart move on her part. She almost stepped on her own dick, but anyway, she don't have, but anyways, I was a polite conversation, but she did explain that Phil Studenberg was still the attorney of record at that point, who just actually became one after 6 months of a Miranda violation, a Sixth Amendment fair trial, speedy trial. And then, so he comes onto record as the attorney and immediately files for a breakdown. Now, I talked to him just a couple of times, but never did he provide any counsel. Deborah, I'm trying to do the Father's work here, not on my own. I hope there's nothing here that is mine, because then that would be pornea. So thank you for coming in. All glory, blessings. Thanks for coming back in, Deborah. Appreciate it. So at this time, guys, I'm going to make record because this guy's coming on and go, well, I want to quit. I want to withdraw. I explained to the circuit clerk and the courts, which all this will come to discovery in a federal case. And they'll realize, and they'll go through every single one of these records, and all this is violation. So when I demand, I don't care about some hearing. Remove yourself as attorney of record because I have the right, because you're delaying me. You're not providing adequate counsel. I can't even go get another attorney until this attorney is removed. That is delay of my Miranda rights, adequate counsel, and fair trial. See, he should immediately removed himself. He committed a violation of my Miranda rights, adequate counsel. He hasn't even provided me any. And then by removing, he still has to provide me that ability. See, they kept telling me, well, you have a hearing on Monday. You don't need, I said, I don't want to hear that. I tell him to remove himself immediately. As the attorney of record, I am file the motion now. File a change of venue. If you're not going to file the change of venue, file the motion, remove yourself because I called originally and said, file a change of venue. Once I found out he was still my attorney of record, I immediately called and said, file a change of venue now. He has to do that. He has to provide me adequate counsel. I have all the proof that he could. I bring it up in court today. Watch. So by him not removing himself, delayed my trial to go find another attorney. That is a violation of my Miranda, adequate counsel, and fair trial, speedy trial. So these are Miranda and Sixth Amendment violations. Clear over and over. And I call this in court. So Joseph was arrested in 20 minutes long. I believe in the live streams, but I may be wrong. Check the videos. Arrest is 16 minutes. Yes, the swatting is a 16-minute and 49 video 6 months ago. I think I might have pulled into the playlist. You might look through the playlist. I think I created a playlist that you might see. There might be some isolated videos pulled into the playlist. I think I tried to isolate those for you guys. So let's go further into this and allow Phil Studenberg to become what an idiot. I'd already called the bar about this guy. He's not doing anything. He should turn over he should be removed. And I've already called the bar about Phil Studenberg. He should have communicated with me. He should have provided some kind of legal counsel. So watch as we continue the keep up. But from what I see, this man is going with this case, but I'm not aware. But I think he's beat them. Okay, so let's continue on. Watch.
Not too far away, and the case is fairly old.
He's fairly old.
I understand. I don't think I can necessarily represent him on this matter. I think the relationship is completely fallen apart.
I think your relation. You never done anything, Phil
Mr.
Studenberg.
Werner, think you can work with Mr. Studenberg?
Absolutely not. He's provided me no counsel. I've had many Sixth Amendment violations to adequate counsel and my Miranda rights. I'm demanding immediately. I'm challenging the jurisdiction of Judge Vandenberg. That he has no jurisdiction in this case. I'll be exercising my right of subrogation. I'm challenging that Judge Vandenberg is just a clerk. He's not operating in a judicial capacity. I'll be filing a motion for power of attorney. I will subrogate this bond, and the only way we're going to get it back is you can prove that Judge David Vandenberg is acting in the judicial capacity. So I demand immediately dropping of all these cases. It is obviously a change of venue is the only thing that will work in this case. Okay, well, you've been put on notice of liability. The courts have been put on notice of liability.
Mr. Werner, stop talking, please.
Please.
That's not what we're talking about now.
I don't care what I can put on record what I want.
Do you understand, Mr. Werner, that there's a shortage of criminal defense lawyers? It may be a while before you get another lawyer in this matter.
Again, I'm requesting immediately dropping of this case because of the right of violation of my Sixth and Miranda rights.
Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Do you understand that Phil Studenberg has provided me no counsel, so I have the right to speak up. I have received no counsel from Phil Studenberg. I had to request my discovery from him. He has not provided. I can legally show that Phil Studenberg has provided me zero counsel, and that is a Miranda right violation, and my right to fair and speedy trial has been violated. So that's why I'm filing the notice of liability. I would like the courts to file a change of venue. The whole town is watching up here. Again, this has all been on social media as well. So this is a case that would change of venue. Either dismiss the case, drop all charges in this case, or file for a change of venue. I've already asked him to remove himself, he violated my Miranda rights by not removing himself. I already requested that before this trial. My name is capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small er. I'm not capital letters. I'm not part of this corp that you're trying to put me under this you have no judicial capacity. You're not acting in a Third Circuit court. So I'm challenging the jurisdiction of the judge.
Mr. Werner,
Article 3 court. Article 3.
Right.
And that's fine.
well, we'll go ahead and grant the withdrawal under the circumstances, and it sounds like that's what Mr. Werner wants as well. So I'm going to vacate the trial.
I'm going to vacate the trial.
And we'll do a pretrial conference.
I'm going to do a pretrial conference. What the hell does that mean? I'm going to vacate a pretrial conference.
And we'll see if OPDC is appointed.
OPC, that's to try to give me another attorney. It took him
The
6
next
months.
court date, Mr. Werner, is January 6th.
J6, guys, J6.
That was already set for trial for a pretrial. So what are we doing in this date? How is this set for pretrial when under discovery and suppression of evidence? How could this be set for? It's just a hearing now. You've delayed the trial now. Is this trial been set forward? Because in like my son's case with Phil Mogul, the investigator, who said,
you just need to be here until we get you an attorney.
okay, but if I want to say, if I'm on the record, I need to know of my dates, and I need to know, like John Mogul, who said,
January 6th at 10 o'clock. That's your next court date. We're going to modify your release agreement so that you don't have to call into the pretrial release officer. And we'll go forward on January 6th. Hopefully you'll have an attorney by then.
Okay, as the court aware that I've been put on notice of liability, I'll be filing a motion for a power of attorney. I have challenged the jurisdiction of David Vandenberg. He has no judicial capacity in this case. He's not acting in a third capacity of an Article 3 court. So you've been put on notice for liability for all damages in this case.
All right, you made your record.
Okay, are you dropping this case today? Is this case being dropped immediately? That is my question. I've already asked Phil Studenberg to remove himself.
No.
Okay, all right, you're put on notice of liability.
You need to be here at 10 o'clock on the 6th.
I thought I could appear. Can I appear over phone on that date on January 6th? Is that able to appear?
No.
No.
In person.
Okay, do be aware that John Mogul said they're forcing us to take this to trial on my son's case would be a clear mistrial. Did you hear what I said? He said they're forcing us to take this to trial.
Oh, now we're on hold. That got put on record
Well,
twice.
there we go. They, of course, have been put on notice of liability. I have challenged the judge's jurisdiction. I said it would be exercising my right of subrogation, and I'd be filing a motion. So they have withdrawn the attorney of record has been withdrawn. Now I have no counsel, and they have now I've asked them to immediately drop it, and you can see that they're just going to try to continue for a pre-trial conference where they actually want me to come and show up. So there's no, again, I put on record, so there we go. I'm not sure why they put me on hold here, but obviously they don't want anybody else to hear what's going on.
Please, he said, please stop talking, Tracy. All right. Thanks for sharing the history with me today, brothers and sisters. Do not date these criminal judges. I called that judge and said, you're not a judge, you're just a clerk. I'm challenging your judicial capacity. You're not operated in an Article court, which is judicial. Under the Title 18, brothers and sisters, those are what is called criminal statutes. There are subtitles to that which are not legal. So I'm not a statute. I made that very clear. I'm not a court. So this is how we go back and what is called subrogate that merchant number. You know that is your social security number, but it is a contract in capital letters. You see that I say on record that I'm not written in capital letters because I'm not part of this corp. Whatever. I was trying to do the cha-cha there, David. Whatever. That was I don't know. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. We made history today, guys. I did a little couple things, but he said I made records. So that is on record now, guys. They can't take that back. So they can't proceed any further with my case. They're screwed. I made record of Elijah's case that they did say that they were forced to take it, which would be a mistrial. So they've been advised because he said it was on record, and then they put me on hold, obviously. So as soon as they put me on hold, then that cleared out. So I said twice that Elijah's, Phil or John Mogul said that they're forcing us to take this to trial, which is a Miranda violation, clear Miranda, to adequate counsel. When you're forced to take it to trial, you're not getting adequate counsel. So we'll see if they have any idea what they're doing. That they'll make a serious mistake, and it's okay. I should be able to see my son in a week or so. Hopefully, no matter if they throw him in prison, I'll be able to go see him. I'm so excited about that, brothers and sisters. I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited to see my son, to tell him it's all right. Dad's got this. We'll finish. Father will pour out a just measure. What a good, strong young man to take it to trial. So, no matter, that's called a Sixth Amendment violation. You see, I make it very clear. That's a whole separate case, Joseph. You see how I made that record? No, he provided zero counsel for me. No, there was no attorney-client privilege. I had to force discovery from him. They can't suppress evidence, brothers and sisters. Under the right of discovery and suppression of evidence, that is a right to discover evidence. I mean, all evidence cannot be brought before a trial. Hey, we got something on Joseph Mack here. Watch, look at. What? I didn't get a chance to look at it. What the hell? No, they can't do that. When Joseph goes on a trial, criminal trial, we can't bring something, and that is called suppression of evidence. They cannot suppress. Discovery allows the defendant and the plaintiff to go over it before trial to have enough time to call witness in favor of this evidence by witness or actual physical paperwork, as you see, as I documented motions and whatnot, that has that. You'll have that right. And you can't have the same attorney. do. Right, which they did. Dan Spencer did represent me and Adriana, that I believe. That's when Dan Spencer would not talk to me anymore. He would talk to me when I said, hey, you represented me and my son. But as soon as I said you represented me, my son, and my daughter, he would never take a phone call from me ever again. That's called co-defendant, co-counsel in the same case. Each defendant, my son, my daughter, and I had to have different attorneys, and they already broke that attorney-client privilege, and that is not co-counsel in the same case. Dual defendant. Every defendant has to have a different counsel, and they broke that already. This case is so full of it, brother, sister, from top to bottom. Their discovery. Judge Vandenberg, he's not a judge. He's a clerk now. You see, I called him out. No, there's no more putting this back, Joseph. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. I did open it up today, and it's not for me. All proceeds will go to High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries. Hopefully this will be able to be paid off. Brother Jim Brown at Grace and Truth Ministries will be sent probably at least a quarter, if not more, that will be able to purchase a classroom immediately. He'll be able to get the classroom that Father wants for him. And he wanted to build a couple floorplexes for people to come out to Hendersonville, Tennessee. Hopefully I'll be there. I can be a part of the construction project with him. I'd love to put my arms around Brother Jim Brown and just smell the scent of the man. I know that sounds crazy. I don't mean to go there, but we all have a unique smell. I've talked with him. That sounds crazy, but just please hear me out. I've never touched the man. I'd like to know his scent. We all have a different scent. I'd like to get that close to wrap my arms around him and just close my eyes and know that. So I'll know that forever. I'll know not only what he looks like, but how we all have our different but that would be so beautiful to be there with Brother Jim when we break ground on possibly 2 fourplex buildings for High Desert Grace and Truth, so they can bring people in on people that have issues with low income and maybe people with disabilities, such as the one sister he sent. I don't know how much that he ended up, $500,000 or something, brothers, sisters, from that people tied to the ministry for that lady who was hit. She fell asleep at the wheel and she ran off and hit a sign or something, was crippled from the neck down, hadn't been out of her house in like 15 years, even to Walmart or the Piggly Wiggly. I think she's back east or something. And Brother Jim was able to get her into a completely wheelchair accessible van, and they put a program through so that she could get, actually half of it was covered, that Brother Jim found out through this program, and then bought her the remaining because it was separated in an account, and bought her own furnishing for her own house so she could be self-sufficient and get her own wheelchair accessible van, and then her own. See, half of that would have been paid for the whole thing with the chain, the van, the lift, the controls, all of that. Half of it was covered by a program where if she went through this program to learn how to work and put herself back into the workforce, that they would cover half of that. Brother Jim took that other, I think it was $250,000. I don't know the exact, just you'll have to go over there and get the exact, but that went for furnishings. See, this is what I'm talking about, brothers, sisters. Brother Jim is helping out a sister. See, I can't remember her name right off the top of my head, but she ran into Grace and Truth Ministries, brothers, sisters, because she was, paralyzed from the waist down. And she 100% feels that if she would have not been paralyzed, that she would have never found Brother Jim at Grace and Truth Ministries. So she embraces her, being a paraplegic, and says that if it didn't happen, then she never would have found Grace and Truth. So she embraces her disability. And that's why Brother Jim is helping this lady out. I can't remember her name. Yeah, that's called right of discovery, David. Right of discovery gives so you can't bring something up at trial at the last moment, right? David's on trial, criminal. No, he's not, but David's on a criminal trial under your 6th Amendment. You have the right to call evidence or call witness in your favor to help clear your innocent. And then you have the right to speedy trial, adequate counsel, and fair trial. Okay. And in that trial, I can't bring something up and say, well, look at what I found on David. We're going to fry you now, David. No, we had to discover that, had enough time to call witness to refute, to clear. And remember, the state in this case has what is called the burden of proof. burden of proof. They will not fit this case. The reasonable doubt is all over this case, guys. There's more reasonable doubt than there is actually any reasonable reason. There is nothing in this case that's even reasonable. But the state has the burden of proof to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. That is why evidence is supposed to be to clear the defendant. And they have done nothing. And when they look at this case in a higher court, it will show that all they did was prepare a prosecution of Elijah. And I tried to, there's nothing been prepared in my case. No, nothing has been done in my case, guys. It's been 6 months. They swatted my house. Did you hear what that judge says? Well, if we put you back in the OPB, it might be a while before you get because there is none. It could take another 6 months, guys. Did you hear why I said, you're dropping this today, right? So I should check that. Okay. We're still holding 5%. All right, guys, we got to get off here so this battery will charge on its own, guys, because I don't need to sit at 5% all day. If something happened and I need to get off of here, because anything is possible, I need this I lost words. This phone to charge. Jason, go look at all there's thousands of hours of evidence on why this house was illegally SWAT raided under a crime of commerce, under the right of affirmative defense. I have the right to protect my son from legal prosecution, and they're now charging me with statutes, which I'm not, for felonies, hindering prosecution. No damn right I'm going to hinder you from trying to put my son in a rape cage so he has to eat a big Bob cock meat sandwich. No way am I going to let him double stuff like an Oreo. No way, from front and back. Remember? So I don't feel like they have any case on me. I feel like we put a big break on them today on Elijah's case. I can file what is called habeas corpus, brothers and sisters. And the habeas corpus, did you get to witness that, Kevin? We stirred the feathers here. I did say, guys, that this whole community is aware of it too. What's going on here. So I'm cleaning house, Kevin. I'm cleaning house. It's one day by day. We're going to come back and it's going to be all dark sky sanctuary out here. Beautiful 2.5 million acres set apart from light pollution, protected. So what a wonderful time to, I'm not going to win. There's no case. I don't have a case. There will be no case on Tracy Werner. They can't. I have to admit to being some kind of capital letter law. It's my son that I'm the cock blocker. I put my asshole in front of his so that he wouldn't have his stuff. And I hope I don't have to eat a big Bob, or he doesn't. I'm not concerned about my case now. I've just put all the brakes on my case. As you see, they abandoned the trial. They've abandoned. We're going to have a pre-trial. They are not going to proceed further. They will not proceed further with my case. It's not possible. I just subjugated the, yeah, can't wait to have you back, Kevin. Really miss the girls, and I love your energy here, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Just don't miss a jot or a tittle wherever you're at. Be, again, have oil in your lamp and be ready, because when he declares that national emergency day one, that's what I'm concerned about, brothers and sisters. If my son is in confinement come day one, when Trump declares another national emergency, as he did last time, I don't know how that'll affect my ability to legislate within this kangaroo system. We'll see. Maybe I just go there and pay him out, pay a guard, and they'll just let him out or something. I don't know. We'll see. This system's so corrupt. I have a lady here. Tina says, this is quote, Tina, the lady got $4,500. She spent, took her to jail after 6 months. And she gave the cops the money back she found the very next day, and every bit of it, and didn't spend a dime of it, put it separate. But she said, yeah, that's crazy. Poor Tina. I'm going to reimburse her back, teach her how to get her, subjugate all that, and get her, man, she had to go to a different town, guys, to buy groceries. They kicked her out of a local store. She didn't do nothing. Poor lady but Tina said, this town is so corrupt that you could be a jury member on your own trial. Lake County, Oregon, guys, you could be a jury member on your own trial, is what she said. That's awesome. Thank you, Tina, for being such a strong, boisterous lady out here, guys. A lady named Tina. She is super boisterous, and they targeted her too, because she's, in cahoots with Tracy. Not capital letter name, guys. Don't be a capital letter name anymore, guys. Please stop. He says he's going to remove the illegals, which they brought in here. They brought these in here. They paid him to be here, guys. They're buying him, and won't matter him. He's going to make them take too. So, but anyways, let me get off here so this battery will charge. Thank you for being the history. You were part of history, guys. Remember, YouTube is monitored by law enforcement on the Predestined for Light, former and now High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries is being monitored by law enforcement. So everybody say, fuck the police. You're just pigs. Pigs are people who work in government. We made the documentation that the sign at the front of the house now says no pigs. You can't have, I don't want no pigs coming on my property. That's anybody who works for this government. People in government are pigs. It's not just these uniformed clowns that run around with fake badges enforcing, they're more worried about their own safety. Think about this. A firefighter runs into a building. I love my firefighters. What amazing. Guys, this town is so corrupt. I met with Logan the other day. Logan was on his way to a fire. They pulled him over in the fucking fire truck. He didn't have his license on him, and they gave him a ticket. That's how corrupt this town is. We're losing our 911 in days. Our dispatch 911 is gone in days. Oh, Mr. Taylor, Michael Taylor is going to have to answer for that too, isn't he? So corrupt out here, guys. The KLAS, Klamath Action Services, $200,000 was taken from the propane fund by some people who came next door to the county and took off. So the people didn't get their winter propane money until the middle of summer. People went cold, guys, because of the corruption in this county. I can sit here and point out a lot of things that are going on. I've met with the editor of the paper, brothers, sisters. He's already done an article. The cat is out of the bag here. You see it's out. People are coming to me now by number and leaving testimony, and they're not afraid anymore, brothers, sisters. A fire has been lit in this community, and it is continuing to spread. The Stockholm syndrome is slowly subsiding. The veil is being lit. The truth is slowly coming out, brothers, sisters. This is a beautiful organic movement that is happening in Christmas Valley and Silver Lake. It's been a long time coming, guys. Other than the corruption in this town, this is probably one of the most beautiful places within an hour or two to go to, petroglyphs, high Cascade lakes. You could fish probably 100 Cascade lakes. There's so much. The oldest clothing on this earth was found right here, brothers, sisters. This rock. So this place is biblical. Father sent me here to stand against this, and I have been, and I will not falter. I will stand in for the people of this community. I said I will be the voice of the people who feel targeted and feel they cannot stand up. There are people who just don't have the ability, brothers, sisters. So we need to be the voice. Father said, do not hide that light in a basket. Put it at the top of the house and let it shine. Okay. So we're not, remember, give that shekel to the man with the 5 shekels, the rich man, because you didn't use what he gave you. Please use your unique. We all have such a unique time and place and space of what we're supposed to be doing. Shiloh is all that's important, but please use the tools that you're giving. I didn't ask for this measure, brothers, sisters. I didn't ask for this measure. He gave this to me. I couldn't feel more blessed to have hope and to use this skill set with my past in law and my past as a tyrant, pig, cop, and a veteran, that I can use this. As Paul was a mass murderer and a Pharisee, Matthew was a tax collector. They all stopped doing those things that were displeasing, and they started pick up the book. He said, follow after me, forget your life. All the apostles had a life, brothers, sisters, and they stopped doing what they were doing. They were fishermen. They were tax. Remember, they all had a life, and they stopped doing that, and they became apostles, and they went out and spread the gospel. So go do what he said, follow after me. So if you want to be Christ-like, even if they martyr this flesh, brothers, sisters, and kill me, they're only making his word come to pass. But I don't think that's what God's plan is for me to be martyred yet. So he said, wrestle not against flesh. Worry of no man who can take your flesh. Only worry who can take your flesh and your soul. That is only my concern, remember? My soul. I'm eternal. I want to make sure I don't come back here and be ruled. I would rather go to hell, remember? Unless I can be with my love and be here with him and be the bride. I don't want to. I won't get out to be here with you, guys. I think there are several of you that are the bride, and I wouldn't get to be with you. I wouldn't want you to rule over me. I'd rather go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not afraid of hell. I know what hell is. Hell don't scare me. I'm eternal. He said, I'll loose the devil for a time and season. It's all cyclical in nature, brothers and sisters. So, yes, they do. But fear not, brothers and sisters. He said, God creates all things. Do not be anxious. Don't be anxious, brothers and sisters. God has written all things. and you can't change anything. Well, self is the word pornea, but other than getting your name blotted out, the elect will not be fooled. You can't change a goat into a sheep. It's not even possible. So, all right, just got to go to the United States quite often, mostly North Carolina. I never got to the state of Oregon, not after hearing what the guy had to go through. Not me. Oh, Woodrow. Okay, cool. That's all right, Joseph. No worries. This is a beautiful state, and this is the most corrupt county possibly in the United States of America. I do think there is not many that can come close in comparison to how we're losing our 911. You know any states that don't have 911? We won't in days because of the corruption out here. We're not going to have 911 out here. That's pretty shitty, don't you think? Who did that? Michael Taylor, the elected sheriff. He's the one in charge of all these clowns over here. So I've already got a thing going with him on an open forum. He said I'm an absolute nutcase. Good luck defamation of character in open forum. What a fool after 42 years to make a comment on something that I said. I'm commenting on corruption within his department and a rapist running around. He said, the reason you don't get callbacks is because you're an absolute nutcase. Oh, just throw people with a disability. And I don't think I have any mental disability. I think I could have killed 3 men and I didn't. And I think that shows that I don't have any mental capacity. 3 dead, 2 state troopers, John Mogul, dead as fuck, laying in the dirt. Nothing I would have done constitutionally, even nothing I would have done under this covenant, because I have the right to protect myself. There's nothing under this covenant that says you cannot protect yourself. It says do not go outside your own temple. Turn your cheek. I think I've done that. So nobody can say that I have some kind of mental disability at all. 3 dead men proves that. Does not. They're still breathing because I have the ability to show reservation. I am meek, not weak. So thank you, Father. Yeah, gosh, Kevin, I hate thinking about that. Thank you so much for pointing that out, Kevin. Those people that were on satellite by Mr. Starlink, they know where all the dead people, they have LiDAR radar, they have geothermal radar, guys. They have the way to see where all these dead people are laying. And they did off the heat sink. They're not anymore, but I guarantee they saw where everybody's dying and they're just going to push them into lithium batteries. Do not buy batteries from the East Coast, guys. You're going to buy lithium-powered, people-powered batteries. They're not going to dig those people up. There's probably 20 to 30,000 people that are still in the mud. 100-foot wall of water comes down and just rips towns out off the map, scrubs them completely. People are laying 10 and 20 and 30 feet under mud, and they're never going to be recovered, guys. They know where they're at. I'm telling you, they know where every single person is at. Do not sit there and tell me they don't have the tech to see this. If they can read the writing on a soccer or what they call football, then I don't think they're going to have any problem to figure out where all the dead people, and they're going to just push them right into batteries. Thank you, Kevin, for bringing that up. Never forget Hurricane Helene, guys. The largest single water event. And I tried to give you guys that was some kind of water event coming to the East Coast. I didn't get the titleship, but man, I really wish some people from North Carolina, those 20 or 30,000 people would be here on this ranch right now, but Father didn't want one of them to come. So thanks for coming and hanging out, Kevin. I'm saying this is hard to every day. I'm never going to ever forget. Don't ever forget the dancing Israelis. Never forget Osama bin Laden was an oil tycoon who did oil deals with the Bushes. Okay. The man responsible is the man who said, now I have the tallest building in the world. So never forget Blind 11 and never forget Hurricane Helene, brothers, sisters. Never forget Hurricane Helene. Okay. 20 to 30,000 of our residents of our own country are dead, and the government doesn't give a rat's ass about any one of them. They're going to plow them into lithium batteries because that's all that was about over there, resources. People-powered batteries. I wonder what they'll call those. So I don't know, but I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to get that they diverted funds and gave them to migrants. Diverted, donations and gave them to Venezuelans, and Trump's going to come in and get rid of them. Yeah, he said he's going to repeal posse comitatus, and it was already done. The Senate, that means that they can use the law enforcement and our military. They used to be protecting us, not turned against us, not used in a law enforcement capacity. When they changed that Senate ruling, guess what? Now it's pointed at you. They repealed posse comitatus. You might want to wake up. They're going to draft our women if we go to war. Brother says, you better wake up. Donald Trump said he's going to go ahead and his buddy Joe, well, no, he said, but they're still communicating, obviously. at the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, Iran, China, South Africa. Remember all these ones that are asking to join these BRICS nations. That's 40% of the world's superpowers, nuclear power, and the largest infrastructure ever being built, larger than the CERN Hadron Collider in Switzerland. This is the old Silk Road, brothers and sisters, through all the trade routes from Africa into the Asians, and they're revitalizing this called the Belt and Road Initiative. This is 40% of the world's, again, superpowers, gold backed by the Shanghai, and they're not spending $1 on this infrastructure. The bailing of the dollar will never die, but it's just not going to be, it's going to be so overinflated. If you imagine, we've just shot with our inflation creation machine called our central banks by the trillions. If I paid you $1 million a day, it would take me 360,000 years to pay you back. 33 trillion was the cutoff. We're almost at 36, not to include the unfunded liabilities, all the school loans, Freddie Mae. Oh yeah, that is hundreds of trillions of dollars. This system is in free fall. The banksters are the government. There's nobody who's controlling this more than JP Chase and the Rockefellers and all these people you've never even seen or heard of. Okay. But the banksters are the government. You give a man a gun, he'll rob a bank. You give a man a bank and he'll rob the world. That started back in the 1800s. That's why I will not be a part of this corp. This was a constitutional republic at one time. We were on a bimetallic standard. We had rights, constitutional rights, Bill of Rights, and we were declared our independence from the Queen. Not you. You're a corporation and you write your name in capital letters and you're okay with that. So broad is the way that leads to the wide gate that leads to hell. Just keep being a Broadway name and you're fine. Don't listen to me. Oh, no, Tracy, that's not what Christ meant. You're making that your own. Really? Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate. How come there's no self? Deny self, capital S, smaller e? For the record, my name is capital T, small r, small a, small s, small y, capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r. I'm not Broadway Tracy, okay? Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate that leads to the abyss, brothers, sisters. See what I'm saying? So I can't do doctors, guys. I'm going to probably be 2 to 3 years in this. I already see this is going to go to appellate court. So, okay, guys, got to go. I got to get this phone charged. I love you so much, brothers, sisters. Thank you for being a witness today to a history being made in Lake County, Oregon. Normally, they take everything from brothers, sisters. Today was taken back. With the subrogation, it was back. So hopefully soon, Father will provide, and I will be able to transfer all these funds to Grace and Truth Ministries, and I'll be there for the breaking of the ground of the 2 fourplexes or whatever Brother Jim wants to do. I don't care. I'll just ask him, and hopefully I really feel confident that we can make this happen in a timely fashion. God pours out a just measure as long as the books balance, brothers. This is just accounting. Chief of Finance Clerk, you see what I challenged today. So when this is received back, I will donate that to wherever Brother Jim wants to have a classroom. We'll figure out how to do that. And I just can't wait to be there. Like I said, put my arms around Brother Jim. I've never actually been in his presence. I know him. Like, I feel like I'll be with him, hopefully. And if I never see him, I will know. I already know him. Kind of like he said, I knew you before you were in the womb. And I'm not a prophet. I'm just saying, I feel like I know Brother Jim forever. He's just part of my, I told you, when that man talks, I feel like it's the harper's harp. He's like, it's a toe, it's my ear. It's like nails on a chalkboard hearing the hymns. But when Brother Jim gets going, man, I turn out the whole world off. I really do. I can't hear anything. I go freaking deaf. So thank you, Father, for Brother Jim. And thank you, Shiloh, because, man, this channel wouldn't even be here. A single thing. But thank you so much for that testament, Joseph Mack. Thank you again for coming in, man. I do appreciate your support, guys. I got to go, guys. Somehow this month, I'm going to have to figure out a way to pay the land payments, guys. I got a couple $100. So I have things for internet. If you have any monetary tithe, you can do it. I don't care. I don't even care. Whatever. I'm going to leave it at that. Blessings, and I thank you for your tithe of the time. The time is, you can't be print time and you can't make time. So you can't get it back. You silly fool. Why did you just give me all your time? You're not a fool. I'm just kidding. If I'm going to take it, then I better thank you for it. I hope I didn't take it unwillingly. I hope you came here for Father's will and you obtained something from this. Chew up the meat, spit out the bones. I know I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm filthy rags, brothers and sisters. I'm just a man. I'm not above you. And please don't put yourself above me. And if you remember, I had that person come in before I did that John Mogul thing, guys. That person said, well, I'm handicapped, so I can't call. I said, I don't want to hear this. You're not disabled. Don't sit there and tell me because you have a disability, you're below me. I don't want to hear your crap. You're using that as a crutch. Get out of here. You're not disabled. You are perfectly fine. You have a disability. You're telling me because you have, oh, well, what about that person that has multiple disabilities? Let's just throw them away, right? I laid in that person. If you don't want to call, don't call. When I was asking him to call, well, I can't call because I have a disability. Shut up. You're the same as me. Oh, because you have disabilities, you're less of a man? Excuses, excuses. You're the same as me. You're not below me. You can call. If you don't want to, that's fine. Don't use it as a crutch. Go watch that video. It's the John Mogul video. It's a 53-minute video, and you'll see that I really lay into that person that said they were below me. Because that's what they were trying to say. I can't call because I have a disability. I can't function. Yes, you can. Don't use that as a crutch. Don't use that. Oh my God, I got, this person raped me and I don't want anybody to happen. And then I've seen people, both men and women, generally more, it happens to females, struggle their whole life, step over it, trip over it, and never overcome it. And there's ladies like, man, I'm a better woman because I overcame this and I'm not any less of the woman. And that sucks that it happened to me, but I'm not going to let that bring me down. I know less of some woman because some man forced himself on me. How is that less of a woman? Women struggle with it for a long time, guys. Some women don't, decades. And I know guys, obviously doesn't happen, but you're not less of a person if something first hatching it to you, brothers, sisters. That doesn't make us, that's not under this covenant. You know what I'm saying? So please, don't, brothers, sisters. That's why I know this will equate. If it equates, brothers, sisters, this is accounting. Do you understand? He said, I am the hados. That means in the same narrow way. I'm in the same narrow way. You understand? I'm in the same narrow way. It has to equate. That's why the Old Testament is a foreshadow of what is to come, and they mirror each other. They are. It's an old Jewish book written in Greek. This is a Hebrew, old Jewish law. They mirror. If they don't match by word, throw them out. That's why I know this works, brothers, sisters, because this is matching the 1611 scripture exactly. If you take the 1611 scripture out of this, it doesn't work. You have to have the 1611 scripture. Those have things that have been taken out. I teach out of the interlinear Textus Receptus. I'm telling you, for accounting purposes, it has to have the 1611 to equate to make it work. I know it's of the Father because of that. If you change one jot or it won't work. It has to equate. So I want to know what I'm up to. It's not some weird mystery thing. What is Tracy going off on? Stop calling me Tracy. I wasn't Tracy before I was born. As letters, and I won't when I left. My name is Pastor Apocalypse. I'll give you the aletheia. I broadcast seeds. That's what the evidence says. He often broadcasts his YouTube channel. That's right. Where the enemy came, sowed seeds while you're brothers. Don't fall asleep. All right. I got to go. I'll keep going. You meet. It's just Father. Shiloh overwhelms me, and I just love supping with you guys. Iron sharpens iron. Let's come back again for the end of the night. Probably when I come back on, I'll bring Bishop on. Bishop at the Church of the Only Begotten Son. Go review his information. Go see David Devine. Go see Informed Christians. He hasn't put out a video in forever. What's happening with Daniel Vallis? I need to check that channel. Maybe they unsubscribe. Please make sure you're not unsubscribed to the channel. Often. Come back often. If you can tithe, there's a PayPal and a CashApp link if you have monetary tithe. Your tithe of time is super duper. That is more valuable than any monetary tithe. That thumbs up, it helps pump the algorithm. We can probably get that up. A couple guys, some of you guys haven't hit that, right? Hit that up. It doesn't cost a single dime. Remember, you can do that if you don't want, if it puts in and you don't want it in your feed. I know that does bring things up, kind of like the algorithm. The other thing that you can do, and people really aren't doing much, and that's okay. Will not force anybody to do anything, but comments after the video, guys. I do like to read your comments on anything after a live stream. It just gives somebody that's reading it. I've said earlier that I was speaking with somebody. There's so much to learn in a blog. an article, or, maybe you're reading some peer-reviewed journal. But I'm telling you, where the true gem is, that the article itself is amazing, but go read through the comment section, guys. That's where the gems are at, is in the comment section. Start leaving more comments if you could, guys. I know you spent a lot of time here, but if you could just leave a comment about anything, just put something in there, so when people come in and see the video, that it's something they can go, hey, what's that channel about? Hey, they're talking about preparedness. I just bought a water filter. Pastor Tracy said, get the interlinear text receptus. I just got, let's keep this channel kind of a communication on the, after the overflow of the, the restream, come back and leave a comment if you can. Okay, guys. Again, links are in the description for any other tithe that's monetary, and your tithe of time is the most blessing thing that I've ever could have asked you for. And I cannot thank you again for, if we'd never see each other again, much blessings, and the Lord willing, I will be back for the end of the night when I get this battery charged up. He is my love, Shiloh, and I hope that's your agape. I hope that's what you're working for. This whole life is about the wedding, brothers, sisters. It's only about a wedding. Anybody disagree with me, please put it now. Is there anything is it other than a wedding? Put wedding in the chat just to spark the algorithm. The wedding feast of the Lambs. Shiloh, I am. Wedding feast of the Lambs. Anyone? Anybody going to the wedding with me? Anybody going to be called their name out? Wedding feast of the Lambs. He was the only begotten son of the Lamb. David declared him. Remember, he was Aries, the Lamb of God. All right. Wedding. Much blessings. All right, guys. Thanks, Chase. Hope to see you there. Hope to see you all, if something happened at that wedding, guys. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to die, guys. I'm so excited for death. I am. I'm so excited. But we got to fulfill what we're here. Wedding feast of Lambs. Blessings. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, lady. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate it, guys. This is kind of a diversion of that. If you think about it for just, I don't mean to keep going, but think about it. If we're all together in one place later, isn't that kind of what we're doing right now? I love you so much. Phileo, brothers, sisters, much phileo. We're doing it. This is kind of a representation of what that would be like, right? Because we're all supping here together as one. We can't be together right now, but we're all right. You guys got it. You see what I'm saying? Amen. Thank you, David. Much blessings. I love you, brothers, sisters. I'll see you again soon, the Lord willing. Much agape and phileo. Welcome to the new age. Hope you're a living testament of that, his living of that new living testament. And it was 2,600 years ago. He left a place, Maranatha, till he returns. Have extra oil, guys. Go out and get those 2 M&Ms. Get those. Somebody said something about, I don't know what, some kind of candy. Go get the things you want now and get some TP for your bunghole. All right, Pastor Revelation. Whoa.